She's got a rose quartz crystal in her tiara. She's got a little rabbit, and there's a moon in the background. So rose quartz is unconditional love. The goddess, obviously, is where the calmness and the feminine energy start. Rabbits are fertilities and birthing of new ideas and new things, and moons are obviously very emotional. And the card itself is a blessing for unity where once there was division. So that is just amazing. So we're not doing blessings for multiple groups of people. We're doing a blessing for the world. A blessing for unity where there was once division. That is absolutely amazing. We'll take that and we'll set that up for the rest of the week. I've just uploaded astroscopes to my YouTube channel as well. So if horoscopes and astrology is your cup of tea, please do make your way over there. I've done them for the entire month of March. And they'll be a lot of fun, so let me know how they go for you. And that's about all I think I have for this week. So once again, I'm Janita Francis. You can catch me on Insights by Janita on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. I have blogs coming up all the time on YouTube, so do make your way over there and don't forget to press the subscribe button because I'm shocking at doing the subscribe thing myself. And look, advocate for self-care, self-love, the way you talk to yourself, the way you talk to others. It all is a frequency, and what you put out, you get back. So always choose positive, always choose the nice words, always choose a nice life for yourself. And if it's not working, chuck it out and start again. But don't delay. It's not a dress rehearsal. All right, guys, thank you very much for your time. I will see you all again next Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm getting my time mixed up. 8 p.m. next Wednesday night. Thanks very much for your time. All the best. Thank you.
This is A1R.
The Ask One Radio Network.
Persian Medium Fiona is now on avidadvice.com. Psychic Mastermind.
Do you see children in our future?
Yes, of course. I see the building family almost 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
I'm wondering if there's any loved ones around.
I feel the energies are telling me about a man. He's tall. He was married before, but it was not a real marriage because it sounds to be the person cheating on him. No kids around, no brothers, no sisters. Your age or almost 3 years older.
I think I might know who this person is.
Okay.
I think I might know who he is, yeah.
Okay.
You may already know of Persian Medium Fiona from her radio shows, her television shows, her groundbreaking detective work, and from just about every corner of the web. Only a site with the integrity and the purpose of avidadvice.com could land her. She's available now. avidadvice.com. Psychic Masterminds.
I'm Lance Bass, and I will not be news today. I will not make another push to be the first man in space with frosted tips and a puka shell necklace. And I will not go viral as my terror is caught on camera when I realize that in the vacuum of space, no one can hear you sing. No, I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
Ebola still needs our attention. Follow the response, recovery, and rebuilding at trendonthis.org. Brought to you by USAID, International Medical Corps, and the Ad Council.
A1R, Psychic, Metaphysical, and Wellness Radio. A breath of fresh air. This is A1R, a product of Positive Peak.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for the Ask Rebecca Radio Show with Rebecca Russo. Live from AskRebecca.guru. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page. Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites. AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is the Ask Rebecca Radio Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ask Rebecca Radio Show. Thanks for joining me. I hope everyone had a great week. This past week seemed to be a little less chaotic and had lots of positive days with some lower emotional days to purge, plus some aha moments and breakthroughs with perception, which may have helped resolve a situation or a problem in your life. You may have received some extra support from friends, strangers, and acquaintances. There may have been some awkward and uncomfortable moments when trying to do things the new way versus the old way. And you may have been having an epic battle within while the old and the new brought conflicting energies. Some of you may also have had some unwelcome surprises, and some of these energies will also be present in this upcoming week. Now, I also feel several people were dealing with more physical body symptoms, such as colds that affected the bronchioles, lungs, and throat, fevers from minor to major. Some have been and will be dealing with a bad case of the flu. I also feel like some of you may have been experiencing more muscle pain and tension in the head, neck, shoulders, and upper back. You also may have been experiencing high-pitched ringing in the ears, and you may have experienced or may know someone who experienced hospitalization and or death with friends or family. It's a very, very intense time energetically on the physical body, so do your best to eat healthy, get some exercise, and get some sleep. Quick shout out and thank you to everyone who came out for the Aura photography event. I always enjoy getting to spend time with all of you in person. I had a great time. I hope everyone is feeling well after getting your chakras balanced. And hopefully we'll do another one of these later on in the year. I will be emailing out and posting the Crystal Bowl Meditation and Mimosa event this weekend sometime for February 8th. You'll be able to join through live video if you can't make it in person. And I'm also considering doing a little field trip out to Casadega after the meditation for their gala day. I thought it would be fun for a group of us to go and check out all the metaphysical offerings for different types of readings. It's basically a really big metaphysical fair. And those of you not aware of Casadega, it's a little town exclusive to everything metaphysical and spiritual. So maybe, you know, it's a little cliquey because it's just a spiritual community of psychics and energy healers and shamans and all kinds of craziness. But it's a lot of fun and you can have a lot of neat experiences. And the gala day really is the best time to kind of test out everything because they do, you know, everybody's doing like mini readings. So you get some decent prices and you get to go around and try a bunch of different people. They even have a haunted hotel and all sorts of neat things to explore. So I look forward to that email and we'll see who's interested in doing that. Otherwise, we'll just do the Crystal Bowl meditation and some mimosas and go our separate ways. All right, let's get into what you can expect from tonight, January 23rd through to January 30th as an overall theme, and then areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. General themes for the week. The energies that have been coming in since the beginning of the year have created a crack between the worlds. The old world that is dying and the new world that is emerging. And those of you that are empathic and in tune with all your senses may be noticing how different things feel. It may feel like you're in a new reality, but it looks like the old one. It's a process, and before the new can fully emerge, the old has to fade away. And this week, that crack is open wider to give everyone the opportunity to step through. When it's open, in this way, new opportunities and new revelations are revealed that might only be available for a short period of time until the next opportunity arises. The only real effort that you have to put in is to choose to put your energy into the new world that is based only in love, peace, abundance, and joy. Basically, be the change that you wish to see in the world, right? And that means you aren't putting energy into the lower vibrational frequencies like fear, hate, greed, judgment, criticism, and violence, war, things like that. You don't want to put your energy into that. You want to put your energy into the opposite. Many of you may feel like you're in an expanded state of vastness, which could have you shifting your focus from the small details in your life to the bigger details of your life. And some of you may feel euphoric and have an out-of-body experience, or maybe you'll have some dreams of flying, running, or using gifts and abilities like a superhero. You could also feel a little spacey and airheaded this week, and you could also have realizations about who you really are, right? Not just this person and personality that you've experienced however old you are, but the real version of you, the soul version of you. Now, in this state of expanded awareness of yourself, you will be journeying inward more as well, and your inner space is a replica of outer space. You literally are a smaller version of the universe, and that's a subject for another time. But when you journey inward, it's a source of deep nourishment. It's a hidden resource that you have, and maybe some of you have yet to understand, develop, or utilize this to your benefit. And this week, you may start to naturally shift this by spending time with yourself without distracting yourself with TV, radio, reading, or anything else. You may just sit in stillness, and some of you that are not quite ready to deal with your emotional baggage could see this manifest with you needing to purge some deep emotional wounds, along with learning forgiveness for yourself and others that you feel hurt you. And if you don't allow yourself to take the time to look at those parts of yourself and instead avoid, deny, suppress, and distract yourself, you're going to be forced to deal with it through a series of situations that will pull this junk out of you. For the most part this week, you should be feeling optimistic and hopeful about your emotional and financial future. You may feel more calm and inspired as well. A few of you may have to work a little bit harder at finding the bright side of life, but do your best. Again, put your energy into the positive. And remember, where you focus your energy and thoughts gets manifested. And I actually posted the following on social media this week after I pulled a Rebel Oracle card that basically said, don't believe every crappy thought you have. Your thoughts are sneaking, lying bad guys. Well, the cards are way more foul than that, but I won't use that language on the show here. But you get the idea, and you can follow me on Instagram at Ask Rebecca Today to see those Oracle card posts each week. Okay, so if you can imagine for a minute, your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. It's up to you. Keep that in mind every time you start having negative thoughts. Then choose to replace them with positive ones. Working on gratitude will also be a benefit of you, and that will also be a theme this week. There's always something to be grateful for, no matter how bad a situation is. Balance and partnership will also be a theme, and you'll be noticing where you are out of balance in your relationships, both business and pleasure. Work, for those of you employed, since one of the energy themes this week is about the bigger picture, you may be considering what the future looks like for you in career. There's a strong possibility that you're visualizing what your ideal situation would be in the next 5 years, and most of you will be content at work this week. There is a caution for some of you missing potential opportunities that are right in front of you because you're too focused on the minor details. And lastly, one of the negative aspects that could pop up for some of you is issues surrounding not being a team player. This could be directed at you, and it could be you accusing others of the same. And there's also a possibility that you feel coworkers are out to get you, or you're out to get a coworker. And some may also be projecting their ideas are the best ideas, but will soon realize they're wrong, and someone else had a better idea. Those of you that are looking for a job, not feeling too much happening here this week besides the same of potentially missing out on an opportunity for work due to minor details. Also, I feel like some may miss out on a potential job due to coming across as too ego-based or like a know-it-all. So be careful how you're responding to questions and communicating in interviews this upcoming week. Not that you're an egomaniac, but sometimes if we're nervous, we might say things. And so just really try to pay attention to yourself and what you're about to say. Love, those of you in committed relationships, Patience feels like a major theme here for everyone. Some of you will be tempted to push, rush, or force something onto your partner. This could be connected to having a baby, getting engaged, moving in together, a diet, a trip, or anything really. But it can and most likely will backfire if you're being too pushy. And so just try not to do that. And a few of you have some blocks when it comes to your relationship. More than likely, the root is some sort of fear or past negative experience. This will need to be dealt with so the relationship can deepen and strengthen. Those of you that are single and looking for love, get out and mingle. I feel some of you could meet someone, but I do feel like it will be some time before a love relationship will develop with them. Again, patience here. Everyone is on their own timetable, and your choices, or your choice is to choose to be patient or choose to move on, right? So you have those two choices. Also, some of you may come to the realization that you are the common denominator that is attracting a certain group of people that is directly tied to your own baggage. Take a look at yourself and your self-esteem in order to move past this block to attract who you deserve. Finances, overall stable. Some of you are planning your financial futures. Others may not be clear about their finances or what they need for their financial future. There's also a caution about making sure to keep your money safe and triple check any documents, especially if someone else is handling your finances. Mistakes can and do happen. Health overall feels like a healthy week for everyone. You should be feeling pretty good physically, and there is a caution about trying to lose weight too quickly and gallbladder issues. And liver. I feel like there might be some liver issues as well. Spirituality, your spirit will be coming through strongly this week. Trust yourself. The caution is a person could mislead you or force their misguided spiritual beliefs onto you. So really pay attention, and again, trust yourself. If something doesn't resonate with you or doesn't vibe with you, listen to yourself, no matter what the other person is saying. That wraps up this week's intuitive messages. Let me get to tonight's caller. I have Claire in Dunedin, Otago, New Zealand. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Otago, New Zealand.
What is it? Dunedin?
That's close enough, Dunedin.
Oh, Dunedin. Okay, got it. How are you, Claire? How can I help you this evening?
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. How can I help you? Is there anything, any specific questions that you had for me?
Yeah, I have been separated from my soulmate, and I'm wondering, is there anything I can do within myself to open up things to get him to return?
You broke up just a little bit. You are wanting to know what you can do to open up yourself to connect with your soulmate, to call your soulmate into your life, or you already have your soulmate and you're trying to connect with this person on a deeper level?
I have my soulmate, but he's not currently separated from each other at the moment.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Tricky.
So, yeah. Yeah, it feels a little bit complicated with the separation. I feel like there's definitely a little bit of time involved here.
Yeah.
Before the two of you can really be together. So I would just say the best thing that you could do, I feel like, is really keeping the lines of communication open as best that you can. I would also caution you against, you giving more than what you're receiving. I feel like the only way you can really communicate with each other is maybe over the phone every once in a while, and maybe through, I feel like handwritten letters. Are you guys writing each other handwritten notes?
I have done.
Okay, you have. Okay, yeah. So I feel, I would just say that you need to find a balance within this where you're not, one, putting, giving more than what you're receiving in return, also communicating what it is that you're feeling, and at the same time, I feel like it's important that you not put your life on hold. Because I feel like that could happen very easily, and I feel like you've done that in certain ways where maybe you're not pursuing certain goals or things that you want to do because you're kind of in this weird limbo and waiting situation with your soulmate. My only caution for you with this situation is I feel like there's times where my concern is that you're going to put your life on hold and not pursue certain things that you might want to pursue because you're in limbo and you're waiting for the outcome and resolution of the situation with your soulmate. So my concern is, and I feel like you've already done that a little bit, is you've kind of put things on the back burner, or maybe not gone, and like I even feel like you're not doing things like going out with your girlfriends, or I don't want you to become a hermit. That is my concern. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Okay. And I feel like you are right now, you are going through what I would call a completion cycle. So, I feel like you've felt a lot of pressure, and I just feel like you've had a lot of stress. It feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And there's times where I feel like you're at your breaking point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want you to give up, but I keep getting also for you that it's important that you let others help you, because you try to do everything yourself and you're not letting people help you. You just try to do everything alone.
Okay.
Okay?
That's about right, yep.
Well, and I don't want you to do that. So find the balance between feeling comfortable allowing people into your world to kind of help you with certain things. I also feel like, I'm not sure exactly what your work situation is, but I do feel like you're working too hard for too little.
Okay.
So the other thing with the work situation, I feel like you have somewhat of a specialized thing that you do, or something skill-wise, where I feel like you could maybe look into how other companies do the same thing, and you come up with innovative ideas so that you can go and I feel like you're fading into the background. So I feel like you need to make sure that you're, in the boss's, not like in the boss's face, but that you're, hey, look at how amazing I am. Look at what I've done. I deserve a raise, or I deserve a promotion or something. So I don't want you to kind of like disappear. And again, because I feel like you've got a lot of energy going into your love life situation. I feel like that's consuming you.
Yep.
Okay. And about love, I want to share this one thing with you. I know that your heart is set on this person that we were just talking about, your soulmate, but you do have more than one soulmate. And I did feel that depending on how things happen, or maybe it is the soulmate that I'm picking up on, but I felt like you're traveling to another city or you're traveling in some way, and through that process, you would be connecting with, you know, a potential partner, or maybe it is your soulmate. Is there an opportunity for you to travel?
City, and he travels to see me, yeah.
Oh, okay, so then that's what it is. So I think through the traveling is how the two of you will constantly connect. Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Let's see.
Wonderful.
Let's see. We still have a few minutes. I feel like you've had a little bit of a financial block as well. I don't feel like you're, you know, hurting too badly, but I do feel like money has been a little tight for you. And I can see that is going to release. So again, you know how I was saying, good. Yeah, you know how I was saying you're in this completion cycle, and part of that completion cycle is the negative cycle with your finances. So don't give up, don't quit, but just, again, balance things, open yourself up to allowing other people to help you, brag on yourself a little bit, right? Put yourself out there so that you can potentially get a pay raise or a promotion. Have you at all considered looking to do something else?
No, I can do though. There's a few things I'm interested in.
Yeah, so I feel like you could be doing something on the side as well, where that's more passion driven, that you can make money off of to kind of help you out. So consider that as well. And I did feel like your own sort of gifts and abilities, your intuition, I feel like you're having very clear flashes of spiritual insight, and it may be happening while you're awake, and it may also be happening in dreams.
Yes, it's great.
Are you experiencing some of your own maybe unusual experiences with your own intuition? I feel like they're
definitely,
Yeah, I feel like it's coming on stronger and stronger, and where maybe you're starting to get some images and feelings and impressions, and I really feel like it's important that you connect with that and strengthen your gifts, because that might be something that you could do on the side.
True. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Just seeing if there's anything. We have 2 minutes. Is there anything else that you want me to kind of check in for you on?
No, I think you've covered it all, and I'd like to really thank you for this time that you've spent with me, and thank you for your help and your advice.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for calling in, and you know, patience with your love situation. Ultimately, I feel like it will work out in the long run. But if at any point you feel like it's not, don't be afraid to move on, because you do have multiple soulmates.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you kindly.
You are so welcome. Well, everybody, that is all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that everyone has a really great week. If you would like to book an appointment with me or get a hold of me in any way, you can call or text 407-374-3133. You can email me at askRebeccaToday@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at Ask Rebecca Today, and on Facebook, I'm at Ask Rebecca. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.
This is A1R, the S1 Radio Network.
Persian Medium Fiona is now on avidadvice.com. Psychic Mastermind.
Do you see children in our future?
Yes, of course. I see the building family almost 3 or 4 months.
Wow. I'm wondering if there's any loved ones around.
I feel the energies are telling me about a man. He's tall. He was married before, but it was not a real marriage because it sounds to be the person cheating on him. No kids around, no brothers, no sisters. Your age or almost 3 years older.
I think I might know who this person is.
Okay.
I think I might know who he is, yeah.
Okay.
You may already know of Persian Medium Fiona from her radio shows, her television shows, her groundbreaking detective work, and from just about every corner of the web. Only a site with the integrity and the purpose of avidadvice.com could land her. She's available now. avidadvice.com. Psychic Masterminds.
I'm a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs.
Wi-Fi everywhere.
More playgrounds. More ice cream trucks. I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream. When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
McGruff the crime dog here. Let's hear from an identity thief.
Identities are easy to catch online. I send people an official-looking email pretending to be their bank or credit card company and ask them to confirm their personal information. Hooks them every time.
Safeguard your personal information on the phone, online, and especially at home, because half of identity theft occurs by someone you think you know. Keep your identity to yourself and take a bite out of crime. Learn more from the National Crime Prevention Council at ncpc.org.
A message from this station, the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Today, you hit the snooze bar. You checked your email. You checked your fantasy football team. You rejected an insulting trade offer. You ate your lunch. You did all the things that one normally does the day before a 175-mile-per-hour hurricane blows through your city, leaving it in a state of ruin. You never know when the day before is the day before. Prepare for tomorrow at ready.gov/today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This year, firefighters like Fire Chief James Hall will battle wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But firefighters can't do it alone.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home and community.
Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you can take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live united. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
A1R.
A1R. A1R.
A1R.
A1R. A1R.
A1R.
A1R. The Ask One Radio Network.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Insights by Janita with Janita Francis. Janita Francis. Live from insightsbyjanita.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Insights by Janita on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everyone, Happy New Year to all of you in the Northern Hemisphere, and if you're in the Southern Hemisphere like myself, you will already know that we have had a fairly quick start. We're on day 2 already of the new year. Can you believe that? It's just happened. Don't blink. As a person from the future, do not blink. It's over before you realize what's going on. I have had a crazy, crazy start to 2020. I am completely booked out for 2 weeks, which is just insane considering that's happened in the last 24 hours. I'm starting to take bookings for February already. And because of that, and because there's such a high demand at the moment for soul transformation packages and also for what 2020 has got in store for you as an individual. I have put out a little package purely for our overseas listeners. So anyone in the US, I've only done the conversion rate for the US, okay? So please forgive me if you're over in Canada or the UK or somewhere else. But I can do a path and purpose reading for you. It's a 20-minute consult. It's a written consult, so I actually write it all out for you. I look at a couple of different areas in your life using numerology, a little touch on astrology, and mostly intuitive channeling. And I do a path and purpose for you, put it into written format, into a PDF that's yours to keep. I will email it to you, and I will do that for $25 US. So if you're serious about having a glimpse at what 2020 holds for you and what skills and strengths you're going to have come to the forefront in this next 12 months in particular, then grab that absolutely. What I would like you to put in the reference guide when you jump on my website and book that is Moonstruck 2020, and that will identify the right reading that I'm doing for you, okay? So make sure that it's a little bit different from my normal ones because they were usually through video conference. I'm still available for video conference, of course, but 2020 will be sort of, it's time now to embrace what we're doing for 2020 and really sort of not set up our New Year's resolutions, but just to know that the last decade of really tough life, like we've really all had very tough challenges that we've had to get through for the last decade, and I'm super pumped about what 2020 and this decade is going to bring forward for me. And just by some of the readings that I've been doing for others, I highly recommend that you jump on and get a path and purpose reading for yourself. So absolutely do that. Again, $25 US. If you're interested, jump on my website first, www.insightsbyjanita.com, and then send me a meeting request. Send me a request from there, and I'll be able to make contact with you, and we'll go from there and work out when we can do it and how we can do it, and if you're looking for anything in particular. So path and purpose is really very clever for your doing this as a job or as a career at the moment, but it's just not making you jump out of bed every single day, and there's got to be more to life. That is what the path and purpose is all about. It's about unlocking confidence issues. It's about working out where those sorts of things are that might be holding you back, a little bit of confidence, self-esteem, conditioning, habit forming, those sorts of things that we get ourselves on that negative roller coaster, and we talk ourselves out of trying something new because we're really good at real estate, or we're really good at waitressing, or we're really good at something else, but it's just not where our passion is. So path and purpose, $25 US, that's 20 minutes. I will concentrate on you and you alone, put that all into written format, yours to keep, email it to you straight away. So if you're interested, jump on my website and have a look. We're going to jump over to a caller, and then I want to also talk to you a bit more about triggers and post-hypnotic suggestions, because it's been developing as a bit of a common theme, okay, as we reflect on who we are as people and what we want to do with the rest of our lives, in this 12 months in particular. So I'll touch on that at the end of our session, and we'll talk about post-hypnotic suggestions and triggers and what that means to our personal growth and how we can combat. All right, let's go across to, we've got Rhonda in Newcastle from Delaware. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. It's lovely to hear your voice. My first US caller for 2020. How do you feel?
Iffy.
All right, what can I do for you, Rhonda?
I was going to see if I could get a reading on what's going on through being the new year. Am I going to get better?
I'm sorry, that was really scratchy. I might see if you could just tell me that again, please.
Yes, I had lost my son, and then like 5 years ago, and then I lost my father and his two brothers all in the same month of this past February. And I'm going through a lot of emotions and things, and I just want to get better.
Okay, all right. There's a lot of trauma there for you, isn't there?
Yes.
A lot of trauma. Oh, you know what? When I tune into you, it's kind of every part of my body starts to tingle, okay? So that is sensory overload. So that means that all of those emotions that you've suppressed over the time, the emotions that have bubbled up and perhaps come out at what you think might be the wrong time, not really coping with the emotion associated with it as well. I know that a lot of people seem to think that there's a time limit on healing when we lose people that we love. And unfortunately, there is no time limit for that. So I'm sorry, I've got someone knocking on my door and my dog is not appreciating their company. So what happens when we lose someone is we go through that whole stage of expecting the grieving process to have a time period or a time limit, and that's not how it works. You're an extremely intuitive person. Your hands are absolutely amazing as far as healing is concerned. So what that means is that you've got some really deep-seated lines in the palms of your hand, in particular your right hand. So you will sense a lot of spirit around you. So in a way, like some people are relatively lucky as humans. Okay, this is going to sound a bit weird, so just stay with me, because a lot of people think that death is final and that when you pass away, that's it. I'm a medium, so I know that there is more to our chapters and our lives than just passing away, then that's it. You're intuitive, so you will feel those people still around you. You will feel the triggers that is associated with that, such as smells, or you might feel them, but it just feels like they're with you, but you can't see them, that sort of thing. There's some aftershave smells that are coming in for me as well, some very distinct masculine smells that are coming in. So you're going to be able to feel and sense all of those things. So for you, the grieving process is going to be a lot more involved because your level of awareness that they're still around you is quite high. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. But tell me something. I'm trying to see what it is that you're grabbing. You're picking something up. Have you got picture frames or something that you like? It's a picture, but it's not in a picture frame. It's by itself. Have you got something like that you touch fairly regularly?
Yeah.
It's like just a photograph that's not in a frame.
I do, yes. I do have a picture that I grabbed. But it's not in a frame. It's my dad's.
It's your dad. Okay. All right. Because it just there's a level of there's like a level of, they're saying let go, let go, let go. Are you talking to them on a regular basis? Yes, you are. Okay. So when you're talking to them, you're not holding them in a space, okay? You're not making them hang out at your house or not be available to do what they need to do when they pass away. You're just recreating those memories and recreating those times together, okay? So don't feel that you can't talk to them or that you can't be selfish, and you're not holding them in a space, okay? Spirit is really cool. They can do whatever the hell they want, and they actually do whatever they want. So, there's some flowers involved as well. And it's not your dad that's giving you the flowers. It just wants you to see the flowers. So kind of like making sure that you're walking through the gardens, you're taking time in life to smell the roses. You said you're a bit too tough on yourself in all areas of your life as well, and you need to relax a little bit, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. He said you're high-strung. He's having a bit of a giggle, and he's just slapped his hand on my desk, but not in an aggressive manner. It's like, oh, here we go again. So just relax and be kind to yourself. What is it that do you have the same community? What are you doing in the community? Like you work with the community or you work with people? What are you doing?
No, I'm not doing anything. I just stay home. I take care of my nephew, like once, like on weekends for a couple of days, but as far as working, I no longer work. I'm on disability.
Okay, all right. So there's something out that you need to do with the community that will give you a lease on life, okay? It's kind of like you've got a lot of wisdom and experience in you, but you don't see it as wisdom and experience. You just see it as that's just how your life went and how your life is. But it's actually, if you could sit down and have a cup of tea with someone, what you've lived through and your experience would actually be very helpful and soothing and healing in a lot of ways for other people as well. It's kind of like you've seen a fair bit of roughness is what's being said, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are my family members around me?
Your family are always around you. You've got a next door neighbour that comes in around you as well. So I don't know whether you lost a next door neighbour when you were a little bit younger, but he's introducing himself as your next door neighbour, and he's in spirit form. So I don't know if you were close to a next door neighbour. He's definitely a boy, but he's coming in much stronger than anybody else is coming in. Everyone else is a little bit more, it's like you're all ducks on the water and your little legs are going 100 miles an hour underneath the water, but on top of the water you're nice and calm and relaxed, and that's the persona that you give to everybody. And I kind of feel like your entire family is like that as well.
Yeah, I just wondered because I haven't gotten any signs or anything, and concerning my son, and he was tragically hit by 2 cars, and I never really got the true stories or anything like that. They never gave me the details, but anyway, I just want to make sure that they're all together.
I think when what I've learned in the 35, I'm 42, and I started seeing spirit when I was very, very small. I had a shonky upbringing, Rhonda, and I only had spirit that I could trust and have around me. And everything that I've learned from spirit is that when it's kind of like when you go to the airport and you pick your relative up, and everybody goes to the airport, they all pick the relatives up, they all go back to one person's house, and they all hang out and have fun and recreate memories. And when people pass away, there's a little tiny period of adjustment where they realize that they're at that light stage, they're into the light. So it's not light at the end of the tunnel as such, as that your the lightness that comes with being passed away, you don't have that heavy human burden of your body anymore. So when you pass away, my understanding of it so far is that everybody gathers around you, that they all help you on that stepping across into that next chapter, into that next journey. Anybody that hasn't already come back into the family unit or is not on task and learning about what they need to do, what they need to understand their next incarnation, they will all meet, they will all be together. There's because we're soul family, and we all go through our lessons as soul family, which is sometimes, you just meet someone and you just know that they're part of your bigger family unit, even though you've never met them before. The same thing for souls. And when they pass, it's like going to the airport and being picked up by your relative. So it's not a lonely, scary, dark transition at all. It's actually one that you just release the human burdens of the grief or pain or disease and challenges that we have as humans. That's all just washes away when we pass. The only emotion that spirit has is love. So even if you're in a giant argument, or someone was overdosed accidentally or was killed in an accident, all of that is released the moment they pass. That's all human burden. So it's and the lightness is that the light, going to the light is having release, and all that heavy burden of being a human and having all that pain and grief and depression and all those things that we carry as humans and we're here to learn, that all releases when we pass. So it's quite for me it's a beautiful thing that I can be a part of, watching that transition between life and the next chapter. And in your case, where you're intuitive and you do talk to them and you want to know that they're around, they are around you all the time. You can call them in, you can light candles for them, you can do something that will be physical to help you visualize that they're in the room with you. But a lot of the time you can just visualize their faces in your mind and they will pop into your thoughts for you. They will send you little messages. So and that's exactly what happens for you. Sometimes you're just having a bit of a rough shot, or you've got 5 minutes to yourself and your dad pops in your mind, or your loved ones pop in your mind, your son pops in your mind. There's those sorts of things happen all the time. It's just that we think that they're memories coming up, and they're not. It's just that's how spirit communicates with us, because they can't call us on the mobile phones. So I would like to recommend that you spend as much time or think about how you can get out into the community, how you can talk to people. You've got a beautiful, calming feel about you. Your energy is really nice, but it's intuitive. So I'd love to see you talking and sharing your story and helping people along their path through healing, and sharing with them some of the things that you've gone through as well. It's a big voice. You've got a big voice. I'd love to see you use it.
Okay, that's one of the I was trying to do, to start getting out more instead of staying, just staying around in the house and pretty much not doing anything. Until the past month I started getting up and doing more. And I want to continue to do that because I know that's what my dad and my mom and my brother and my son would not want me to be what I have been since I lost my son 5 years ago, and now my father almost a year. My mom 9 years ago. But it was worse for my son, and then it was because it was sudden. My dad was sick, my mom was sick, my brother was sick. So the sudden death of my son just really messed me up bad.
Yeah. It's a lot for you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of grief and for you to process, and a lot of, that's a whole pile of emotions. That's not just the grieving process. That's the anger that comes with it as well, the disappointment, everything that comes along with what you've gone through, and you're still here and you're still trying to do the best version of yourself that you can do, and that's an amazing gift for you to have.
Then I got my dad passed I think it was like the 4th of February, and within it 20. This is all in 20 days. His baby brother, my uncle, and then my Uncle Joe. They are all like 2 weeks apart in February. This past February, they all passed within 3 weeks apart.
Wow. Goodness me. Please get out into the community. Please talk and share your story and what you've gone through, and others will, that paves the way for the bravery and the courage that you need for other people to start talking about their stories as well. There's so much power and empowerment to be found in numbers, and part of your grieving could certainly be talking about it and recreating the memories and helping other people through that grief as well, that tremendous loss that you've gone through. If you'd like to have an offline reading, Rhonda, I'm more than happy to do that. Just pop on my website and we'll have a closer look. We're a bit limited with time on Moonstruck, but to certainly put the offer out there to support you through that process a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
All right, Rhonda. Thank you very much for your call. All my blessings to you.
Okay, thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye. Wow. I learned about earth angels a very, very long time ago, and they are the ones that have some of the toughest lessons, and intuitive people and mediums and psychics and people that are empathic. Sometimes the challenges of just life and the tremendous loss that we can endure, and I think we don't give ourselves enough credit of what we've actually gone through. Like Rhonda's dad said, be kind to yourself. She's been through a lot, and she's still loving. She's still here, and she's it's a lot of triggers there for Rhonda as far as grief is concerned, and having people taken from you, and having through disease or through challenge or through accident or through other means of just having your loved one taken from your life. It's tremendous, and my heart really bleeds for people like Rhonda who have just got so much love to give and are just facing so many challenges and so much trauma and grief. So you can light a candle for Rhonda for tonight. I certainly will. Okay, let's have a look at triggers. And Rhonda actually is a perfect call for me because she triggered me. I can't find my auntie. She's in a fire area, and I've sent several messages and tried to call, and I just can't get hold of her. So Rhonda's call triggered me. And I'm just playing with my black quartz at the moment just to reset myself and put myself back into where I need to be, which is back here for a little minute. Things happen in our childhood which create post-hypnotic suggestions, okay? So they're things when you're kind of not paying attention and you're kind of watching the cartoons and parents are saying things to you, or you're in the other room and you hear adult chatter or somebody else's chatter, and those post-hypnotic suggestions, so kind of in a hypnotic state, your subconscious is grabbing hold of that information. And when the subconscious does that, it holds it for a very long time until you know that it's there, until you do some soul healing, so you do some transformation or some emotion code work to be able to release that post-hypnotic suggestion and to come to terms with it, accept it, acknowledge it, and move on from it. Okay, so some things in life as an adult will trigger you and you've got no idea why that happens. Lying does that for me, and I know that lying does that for me as an adult, triggers me 100% because of all the lies I was told as a child in every area of my life. Big, great, big, fat porkies, okay? So triggers are extremely, they're like a little umpire whistle, okay? And when something happens and you go, oh, that really annoyed me, or that really made me very sad, or that really just got me right in the feels, that is an umpire whistle for you to pay attention. That is a trigger for you, especially if you're minding your own business, going about your life, doing nothing, not really thinking about any of these triggers or any of these childhood memories, and then someone gets you and it really hits home for you. That is a post-hypnotic suggestion rearing its head. Okay, they can be negative, they can be positive, but something is there and it's an opportunity for personal growth. And I am a major, major advocate for personal growth. I'm all about finding those triggers. I'm all about finding where those post-hypnotic suggestions come into your life, how to acknowledge them, how to free them, how to move on from them, and how to manifest the best life that you could possibly want. I'm all about healing as well, okay? It's a big healing thing for me because I have been through some horrific things in my life, and I have known people that have gone through similar things or equally or greater than horrific experiences and challenges. And there's something to be said about the empowering feeling that we have when we're able to work through that, face those fears and triggers and hypnotic suggestions face on, and then move through them and become the better versions of ourselves that we're always designed to be. So if you're interested in having a look at that, or alternatively having a reading with me, please jump on my website, www.insightsbyjanita.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well. I do live shows all over the place as well. I haven't got a road show due to the States, but I do have a friend over there. So I am busting to go over and meet her. So I will let you know if I'm ever in the States, which should be happening in the next 18 months, I would say. And, you know, just let me know. Pop out and ask me questions. I'm always up for a chat. I'm always up for helping you, guide you along your path, and that dynamic flow that we're supposed to have, undoing all that crap that happened to us, okay, and finding out who we are at our authentic selves and our true soul, and bringing that forward and celebrating who we are as people. So thank you very much for listening in. I will be back here next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. All my very best to you. Happy New Year. And bye for now.
This is A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Persian Medium Fiona is now on avidadvice.com. Psychic Mastermind.
Do you see children in our future?
Yes, of course. I see the building family almost 3 or 4 months.
Wow. I'm wondering if there's any loved ones around.
I feel the energies are telling me about a man. He's tall. He was married before, but it was not a real marriage because it sounds to be the person cheating on him. No kids around, no brothers, no sisters. Your age or almost 3 years older.
I think I might know who this person is. Okay. I think I might know who he is, yeah.
Okay.
You may already know of Persian Medium Fiona from her radio shows, her television shows, her groundbreaking detective work, and from just about every corner of the web. Only a site with the integrity and the purpose of avidadvice.com could land her. And she's available now. avidadvice.com. Psychic Masterminds.
My name is Tom Thornton.
And my name is Cindy Thornton. We're retired, and this is how we live united.
We decided to volunteer with United Way at our community free health clinic.
United Way is how we contribute, because we know our time and money are going to the right places.
Judging by the thank yous we get at the clinic, I'd say we're doing the right thing with our retirement, too. We're Tom and Cindy Thornton. We volunteer at our community free health clinic. We don't just wear the shirt.
We live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is the sound of E. coli splashing around in raw hamburger juice on your cutting board. And it looks like Mom just put the tomatoes and onions on there too. Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. So always separate raw meat from vegetables on 2 cutting boards. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
A1R, Lifestyle, Healing and Wellness Radio. A breath of fresh air. This is A1R, a product of Positive Peak.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Insights by Janita with Janita Francis. Janita Francis. Live from InsightsByJanita.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02
212-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights by Janita
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and Merry Christmas to you all in the Northern Hemisphere and wherever you may be around the world. We are having what we call Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas down here in the lovely land of Oz. It is very hot, but we did have some beautiful rain yesterday, which has helped our fireys and our rural areas to put some of the fire down to ease some of the stress, I suppose we could call it. So it's been a very warm Boxing Day, but the rain was very, very well received yesterday. Now, I wanted to share with you today a little bit about what I do on the 25th of December. It's not because I do my mediumship and my psychic things, and I deal a lot with families of suicides and parents that have lost their child or they're stillborn or they miscarry. I deal with a lot of trauma in my life, and I love being able to help bring some peace and some just gentleness around very traumatic and awful times in people's lives. And I'm very grateful that I get to be that small part of that. But of course, Christmas time for me is spent reflecting back from all of the conversations that I've had with people over the last 12 months and all of the people that I've spoken to and the families that have sat around and had whole family healing sessions with me, and we've talked to their past loved ones, and we've had a look and to see what we can do to ease some of that pressure, to get some of that closure, and to perhaps move forward in a bit more of a gentle manner. You know, it doesn't mean that we lose the memories. It's just that we're able to understand and appreciate the beautiful memories and not the fact that we don't have those beautiful souls with us anymore. So for me, Christmas Day is very reflective. It's reflective. I'm not really sure what other word to use. It's just a lot of gratitude for me that I'm here and that I'm able to have these conversations with you, and that I'm able to help more people find some peace and love in their lives, and to help transform lives and to get some closure for a lot of families. A lot of babies predicted this year, which is always the wonderful side of what we get to do as psychic mediums. A lot of just moving forward in the evolution of self. And when I'm sitting there on the 25th of December and I think about it, 25 is 2, 5 is 7, so it's all about mystic and spiritualism. And I say, okay, guys, thank you for the year that was. Thank you for all of the people that I got to talk to and to help and to push along the right path, help them find their path, help them find their purpose, help them to let go, perhaps, in some ways, of trauma and all those things that we as humans do when we're going through challenges in life. And it's so it's not a sad day. It might sound like it's a sad day, but it's actually not, because, you know, we sit here and we take so much for granted a lot of the time. We really do. We take for granted that we have a meal on our table, or that we have a house and we have a roof over our head, or that we have a husband or a wife or children or grandparents or even in-laws. So, and I think sometimes it's great if we just stop and remember that so many people in the world have lost theirs, or don't have them, or have never really experienced that family union that so many people get to have. I certainly don't have family. I'm very separated from my family for very good reasons. They're just not the kind of family that you want to be around. They're just not nice people. So, you know, that doesn't make me sad, because I get to choose my soul family, and I get to have that time when everyone else is chaotically running around from family to exes to in-laws to other in-laws, all over the place, trying to fit everybody in and not let anybody down. And I get to sit quietly and say, wow, like, you know, I may have spoken to 500 families this year on suicide, or I may have spoken to 500 people this year on leaving their partners and empowering them, boys and girls, to have a better life for themselves. And I'm grateful that I don't have all that chaos in my life, so I can sit there and reflect on it and really say, wow, this is life. This is what it is for so many people. And I'm so grateful that I have a house and I have a husband and I have beautiful dogs, and, you know, we have all those wonderful things in our lives. And so for me, the 25th is very much a day of giving thanks for everything that I have, on the friends, or my soul family, understanding where I've come from and how hard I had to fight to get here, understanding my soul transformation over the last 12 months, asking for guidance for the next 12 months. Where should I be going now? What should I be doing next? And, of course, I've got my gratitude diary ready to go. And I've already got things that I want to put in there. And I think 2020 will be a year that I want to put 20 gratitude pieces in every single day. I mean, there's so many things that we can be grateful for. I'm grateful for my gift. I'm grateful for the job that I have and all the beautiful people that I get to talk to in my job. And I'm grateful for Moonstruck TV, for this opportunity so I can reach a broader audience than what I could perhaps in Australia or through my other means of medium work and platforms. So it's a lovely day for reflecting for me and to saying thank you, that I get to be a small part in people's lives over the year. And I do get messages from people. I do get mediumship stuff coming through. I get family members popping in spirit form and asking me to pass along messages, which I do. That's what my job is. We don't have 9 to 5 hours here. And I love it. I absolutely love being a part of that. So for me, 2020 on Moonstruck will be a lot more readings, teachings, might shake things around a little bit, because I really love working with humans so much. I love that human element of what's beneath that surface, what's here if we scratch this, you know, have we thought about it this way? Is there another way to think about this? I did a reading for a lady a little while ago, and she came through to me from Moonstruck TV, and she said, you know, my son had passed. What do I do here? I don't know how to let go. And her son came in loud and clear saying, you're focusing on my death, Mum, you need to focus on my life. And that really gets me in the feels, because I see that a lot, that we're so focused on that final chapter that sometimes we forget how many beautiful chapters we got to write together leading up to that final chapter, all those beautiful memories we created. And for him to say that in such a profound manner, I still get emotional, it's exactly like that. We concentrate on, sometimes we concentrate too much on those tiny little negative things, or those tiny little things in our lives, and we forget about all the greatness that is around us. Or the final chapter, we concentrate so much on the destination that we forget to stop and smell the flowers and to really enjoy the journey and to see what else we can do. Some of us get right through our lives and get to our 50s and 60s before we realise that we have a knack or a craft for something, or that we're quite intuitive, or raising children sort of stops us from doing everything that we can do, because women are designed to be selfless. That's what we do. We put our own feelings aside and we do what we have to do for everybody else. So a lot of people that I read for get to that point in their lives where they say, I've been married to this person for 30 years. I don't want to do this anymore. Help. And why I love working with humans so much is because all I do is pull my spotlight out, my torch, and I shine light on those areas of yourself that you haven't been able to see, or that you haven't been able to really understand, or that you just ignored because it can't possibly be right. I'm not that person. I don't have that skill. I'm not that pretty. I'm not that skinny. All those things that we tell ourselves. So humans will forever be my favourite subject. They can drive me bonkers, let me tell you straight. I'm not really a crowds person either, which doesn't really make any sense considering what I do for a living. But I have to balance it, and the way I balance it is by looking at all those perceived broken things about people, or those perceived things that we view as ugly or horrible or unloved, not worthy of love. And I teach you how to water them, and I teach you how to nurture them, and I teach you how to look at them differently so that they start to blossom and so that you start to feel differently about them. And when that happens, that sense of empowerment that you have, you won't wait till you're in your 50s or your 60s. You won't wait until your youngest child is 18. You won't wait until your wife goes back to work. You'll make it happen now, and I teach you how to not feel like you're not deserving of having the life that you want. You know, it's as somber as it sounds, nobody gets out of this lifetime alive, and we all have that same 24 hours in a day. What are you going to do with yours? And until someone actually asks you that and asks you to stop and feel about how you feel in your body about certain scenarios and certain things, it's, you know, just, I don't think we give enough thought. Sometimes we get so caught in thinking about our future or being stuck in our past that we forget what an absolute present today is. The present is a present. So it's for me, it's a very deep day, and I'm sorry if I'm boring you to death. But you know, Australia has a lot of problems with their weather and their fire and lack of resources at the moment. And, you know, then we've got New Zealand, who've lost some people recently when a volcano erupted. And we've got America going through a whole bunch of turmoil at the moment. Whether you're a Trump supporter or not is irrelevant. It's still turmoil. It's still chaotic. You know, you've got countries all around the world going through their own traumas, and we stop and think that, yeah, okay, we're here, we're alive, we're in this together, and there's that connectivity that we all have. And we get so caught up in everything else that we forget to stop and think about those little small steps, those little tiny things, those wonderful things that make today such a great day, to do something different, or to try something different, or to think about things in a different manner. So, yeah. So gratitude, gratitude, gratitude for everything that has happened in my life, for every single relationship that I have formed with everybody, both past and present, this year, and for all the years I've been doing this, 25 years I've been doing this. So it's my reflecting day on the 25th might start to spread into 2 days as I really think about things, because it's not, you know, when I read for someone, it's not a see you later, give me your money and rack off. It's not like that. There's a little exchange of energy. There's an exchange of love, and it's just hard to put it into really a word. It's that exchange of trust, I suppose. And it is, you know, I'm borrowing a little moment of your time to be able to give you something that might be able to help you with closure or with clarity. And they are the two biggest C words you will ever learn in your life. And when they click for you and you actually get what I'm trying to say, you will understand it. It's clarity. It really is. It's just clear way of doing things and understanding where you're going with your life. So it's, can't imagine life any differently. And I'm really looking forward to what 2020 brings for so many different reasons. And with that, I thought I'd do a collective reading. Now, what a collective reading is, it just has a look at what the energy is in the world at the moment. It has a look at how a majority of people are responding to the energy in the world. Obviously, we are very individual people, okay, which means that we will respond to different things based on our environment, our conditioning, our habits, our understanding, our comprehension. And when I say comprehension and understanding, I don't mean academically. I mean how our experiences have shaped our character. And then I just look at what else we're feeling. What is it at the moment that's changing all of us as we work toward the new decade, the 2020, that stable number, that empowered number, and that balance that we're all seeking that we haven't had for the last several years for most of us. And we just have a little look and see how it relates back to you. So 3 decks of cards. I'll do it through the cards, seeing as though I'm reading for thousands. So we'll see how we go. I wrote an article recently in a magazine, and we've got a jumper, nice one. And we've got and the article was in the Rebirth magazine, and it was about astroscopes. And I actually do the astroscopes for the next 3 months for each individual zodiac sign, for the summer period for us Aussies and Southerners, and for the Northern Hemisphere, it's for the winter period. And I actually channeled it. So even though I love astrology, and I probably should have sat there for hours and looked at all the aspects and blah, 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 but I thought, you know what, let's go, Spirit. Show me what you're made of. And wrote the article. So if you get a copy of Rebirth, it is online. You can check it out there. So Rebirth. And you will be have a look at those articles and see how they relate to you. And it was actually a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Okay, let's have a look. So sacred power is the first. So what we're looking at is how to balance what our power and where our empowerment is, okay? So for a majority of people, we're trying to work out what is an illusion and what is intuition. Now, these are very powerful cards because sometimes when we use our intuition, not so much when we use it, but when we let others know that we use it, and people think that we're crazy, we're a bit cray-cray. And often because sometimes it's really hard to differentiate between our intuition and our fear, we tend to not always trust our gut feeling, okay? Or we think, oh, I've seen this before, and it's an old fear, and fear is related to the ego. So our ego holds us in a place where we don't move forward. But by trusting our intuition, we're able to let go of that illusion of fear, okay? So fear, for me, is feel, emotion, and release, F-E-A-R. Feel emotion and release it. So it's just a reaction to something that we're feeling. So we go, oh, I'm crapping my pants. See you later. And do it anyway, okay? Just do it. I think Nike said it the best. But when it comes to illusion and intuition, we're working out what feels right for us. Is it really our fear holding us in this place? Or is it our intuition saying, just go for it, try a different way? And there's so many people that can't try a different way because they've already left Earth. So use this as your opportunity to transform your life. Work out, play with your intuition. Ask it what's going on. How am I feeling about this? If you get stuck working out your illusion and your intuition, let me know. You can contact me on my website, insightsbyjanita.com, and I will help you work out what is illusion and what is intuition and how to differentiate between the two. Now, as a medium, and when I'm working in my mediumship ability, I will hear other people's voices. So I don't hear my voice in my head. When I'm thinking about things and analysing and going, okay, crazy lady, is this what you want to do next? What's happening here? It's my voice. So I'm very lucky. I get to have different people's voices, clear as day, what what they're telling me, so I know that it's them and it's not me, okay? So some mediums can't do that, or that's not how they get their messages, okay? That doesn't mean that they're right, I'm wrong, or vice versa. It means that everybody has their own gift in their own way and how they develop it. So intuition and illusion for all the listeners today, working out what it is that you want to discern from your life at the moment. And is it an illusion? Is it a fear that is holding you in that place? Or is your intuition? Which one are you going to trust? Generally, I'll give you a little tip. If you put your hand on your third eye, which is right in between your eyebrows, and just on your forehead, and put your other hand, doesn't matter whether you're left or right-handed, doesn't matter which hand you put where, put your other hand on your throat. That's your third eye chakra and your throat chakra. And when you do that, if you ask yourself, is this the right question? Is this the right move for me? Is this the right direction? Those sorts of questions, and listen to what your body is doing. You will ask your intuition and you'll ask your communication. So you're saying, I want you to talk to me right now. I want you to explain to me what's going on. Your body will give you the cues it needs, okay? It will not, when I say that, it will not send you a great big sign saying, hello, you should go left, not right, okay? Your body will tense, or your heart will speed up, or your hands will get sweaty, or you'll just feel your throat close over. While you're getting the hang of that trick, and it is a trick, okay, but it's a frequency stopper. So I'm saying, I stop this frequency, I need to pay attention to it, and that's what we're doing. So you can do things like picture that person that you really did not like at school, okay, and do that same maneuver, hand over your third eye, hand over your throat, and say, okay, I'm thinking about this person, and think about that person, picture their face in your mind. And then see what your body does. See if your throat closes over. See if you get clammy. See if you get anxious. What happens? And then immediately think about something that's fantastic in your life. Eating chocolate. It can be anything. Playing with your dog. Going for a swim. Skydiving. Scuba diving. Makes no difference, okay? Whatever you're passionate about, think about that straight away. See what your body does. That's your barometer of your soul, okay? It will help you make decisions in your life. And we've got these ones, angel cards. Now, angels absolutely exist 100% because my husband married one. Oh, she's cheeky today. Okay, now this is really interesting because you've actually picked out another card, and it's all about intuition. Insights that come from quiet meditation. Seek relief from stress. If you're feeling stressed, you are in a state of chaos. You're in that lower bottom range of emotional guidance that Abraham Hicks was teaching us about. Okay, you want to get up in the top 7 emotional responses. So insights that come from quiet meditation. So meditation and insights are back to our intuition. It's really hard to get clear intuition when we are freaking out, okay? So take your shoes and socks off, go stand on the grass, go stand on the sand, stand somewhere where you can just feel sensation on your bare feet. And don't think about anything else. Close your eyes if you have to and feel that sensation on your feet. And that is how you will be able to bring yourself in this moment right now. That is meditation. Meditation is grounding. Back here, right back here. Not too forward, not too far back, right here in this moment. So take some time to meditate. Take some time to give your body an opportunity to answer. So take that little trick I taught you. Go stand outside. Take your shoes off. Go to a park if you're in an apartment building and you don't have grass, but you need grass or sand or pebbled riverbed, those sorts of things, okay? Nature. Stand in nature. And that way you'll balance yourself a little bit more. You'll get the answers that you need. Stay in your integrity. Be honest and open in your communication with yourself. This is all about the self today, okay? Transforming yourself. Wisdom and objectivity are important right now. Objectivity. Don't trick yourself. Be honest with yourself. It is hard to be honest with yourself on personal growth and spiritual growth, because I know is something that we all say. And we do know. We've been here a long time. Of course we know. But we need to swap that I know to I do. I do. Staying in your integrity when it comes to personal growth and spiritual growth and awareness, you cannot bullshit your inner child. Your inner child is not stupid, okay? You can't bullshit them. I don't know how else to explain it politely. I would usually use a bit more colloquial terms, but you can't trick your inner child, okay? Your inner child knows stuff. They know stuff. So be honest and open in your communications with yourself on your spiritual journey. And as you learn things, okay, just say, I don't know. I still learn stuff that I don't know. Okay, I've got no idea what you're talking about. Tell it to me again. And if I still don't get it, then I say, right, I need you to explain it to me as I'm 5 years of age. And then I get it. Okay, and there's no harm or embarrassment or shame in asking for someone to go over something with you until you get it, until you get right. There is a lot of success that will come out of this. There's a lot of forgiving and healing energy that's coming into 2020 for a lot of people. Everybody that needs to hear this message is listening to this message right now, and I've just got the big tick. And the final card, which just threw out the deck at me, claiming back your power, claiming back your emotional power. Very emotional. Okay, anybody that's been struggling in relationships that are not healthy, okay? Now, wisdom and objectivity are very important here. You need to claim your power back in 2020, all right? If the things are not working for you, walk away from them. You are in a phase of empowerment for yourself, absolutely for yourself, all right? So don't be afraid to say, no, you can stop that now. I'm not dealing with that anymore. I'm going to do this, and this is the right thing for me. You are responsible for your own happiness, okay? If you'd like a reading from me, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. If you'd like to start looking at transforming your soul and looking at that catalyst for change and what that means for you and how you can better cope with some of the things that are coming in for you as far as challenges are concerned and how to attract some more cool stuff into your life, please drop me a line. I'm over on Facebook, Insight by Janita Francis. I also have a Twitter account, Instagram, and a website as well. So I'm all over the place apparently. And look, from me to you and from my family to you, I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas, a very happy time, whether you're celebrating it in traditional sense, not traditional, modern, doesn't really matter to me. People are people, and I absolutely love being able to be of service to you. So if you need something, please do sing out. You will catch me on my website, once again, www.insightsbyjanita.com. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and of course I'll always be here at Moonstruck every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. You can always catch me there. Private readings are available, also astrological charts, transformation packages, which is my favorite part of my life, and of course gratitude.
This is A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Persian Medium Fiona is now on avidadvice.com. Psychic Mastermind.
Do you see children in our future?
Yes, of course. I see the building family almost 3 or 4 months.
Wow. I'm wondering if there's any loved ones around.
I feel the energies are telling me about a man. He's tall. He was married before, but it was not a real marriage because it sounds to be the person cheating on him. No kids around, no brothers, no sisters. Your age or almost 3 years older.
I think I might know who this person is. Okay. I think I might know who he is, yeah.
Okay.
You may already know of Persian Medium Fiona from her radio shows, her television shows, her groundbreaking detective work, and from just about every corner of the web. Only a site with the integrity and the purpose of avidadvice.com could land her. She's available now. avidadvice.com. Psychic Masterminds.
A1R, Psychic, Metaphysical and Wellness Radio. A breath of fresh air. This is A1R, a product of Positive Peak.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. And now Australia's Psychic Cowgirl with Tanya Reid. Live from AustraliaPsychicCowgirl.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Australia's Psychic Cowgirl on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome to A1R Psychic Radio here on Moonstruck TV with Amanda Hall Psychic, all the way from the Gold Coast here in Australia. I hope you've had an absolutely fantastic new year wherever you are in this globe of ours. For many people, it was an uncomfortable start to the new year, particularly if you live here in Australia, where bushfires are still raging out of control. And it's been a very difficult time, whether you've been involved directly with the bushfires here in Australia or just been glued to the television set, as most of us have been, watching it all sort of unfold like a horror movie. It's been a very difficult time, and we're certainly not out of the woods yet. There's a couple of days of reprieve before the weather sort of pumps up the mercury again and the fire threat becomes even more serious again. We still have over 150 blazes, individual fires, burning throughout Australia, and that's an awful lot of fires to be burning at one time. And to put it into some perspective, we're well and truly exceeding the amount of land that was burnt in California, and the Amazon bushfires can, if you join them together, Australia has now actually outburnt that amount of land. So that puts it into some sort of perspective. So anyway, I hope you can keep everybody in your hearts and your prayers. They're going to need everything that we can muster as a globe for a very, very long time as they start to sort of come out the other side and start to rebuild their lives and start to get a new normal in their lives. So anyway, let's move the show along. This week, the Secrets of Tarot card of the week that I've drawn this week is the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles has a couple of different meanings in this card. It is improvements underway, but it can also be that there's a couple of delays around things actually starting to get moving. So even though that there is improvement happening, there may still feel as if there's a delay around it. It can be the card of renowned glory or a place of worship. Now, a lot of times my students used to ask me, Amanda, what do you mean by renowned glory? Now, renowned glory to me is that this is the highest point or the best that we can expect at this particular time in our lives. We can't get to any sense of achievement more than we have at this point. So that's why I said it's an ambiguous sort of card. It has three different sort of meanings, sort of saying there's improvements in your life but some delays around it. This can be your renowned glory or the highest point that you can achieve. And the final meaning is a place of worship. Now, whether or not you're religious or whether you have other beliefs, it's wherever you go to practice your beliefs. So it doesn't necessarily mean we have to go into a church or a synagogue. It means it's your special place where you find your most peace or where you sit down and contemplate the things that are going on in your life. So that's the Three of Pentacles. So I hope that that sort of helped you understand what that card is about now. So moving right along, this week astrologically, I say every week we've got a very big astrological event happening, and we seem to be having them one after the other. But this week, and no secret there, we've got magical things happening again. But I think the big news this week is on Saturday the 11th, we are going into our full moon in Cancer. Now, for those of you that work with the full moon or understand it or sort of feel that times that you can't sleep because a full moon's impending and your emotions seem to jump all over the shop, well, you're not alone there. A lot of people are actually affected by the moon, and no, you don't have to be a water sign astrologically to be affected by the moon. It can affect each and every one of us. So it's a time in our lives where we really have to be very mindful of our emotions and be very mindful that when the moon is full in Cancer, it's actually home. The moon says, I'm home. Aha, I can relax. I can be myself. I can be my true self. I can show my true colours to the world of how I am and who I am and what I'm feeling. So bearing in mind with this, it's going to make our emotions seem more amplified, more exaggerated. They're going to sort of just blurt out. So it's going to be, in some cases, a difficult or an uncomfortable full moon because we're just going to let it all hang out. Things that have been weighing us down or things that we've been troubled about for a time, all of a sudden are just going to flop out on the table for the whole world to see. Now, the reasons why I'm saying it's a time to be cautious, because when we look at what is actually happening astrologically besides the full moon in Cancer, on Saturday, the 11th of January 2020, we have it sort of sitting in the exact opposite part of the zodiac chart. We have the 4 following planets that it's sort of like directly opposite. So we've got the Sun, which is our ego and our drive. We also have the planet Mercury, which is communication and how we approach things in our lives, things that we need to discuss with people. We have Saturn, the planet of discipline, the taskmaster, but we also have Pluto, the planet of transformation and regeneration. Now, those 4 planets are sitting in Capricorn, all holding hands within 2 degrees. Now, 2 degrees astrologically is very tight. It means they're not all nearly sitting on each other's laps. So you really sort of are splitting hairs if you want to sort of say which one's more powerful, because the opposition or the direct opposite moon is sitting smack bang in the middle of all this. So it's sort of like the moon's going to be the trigger for us to open our mouths and start talking about things that are troubling us, that have been bothering us, having an opinion. So it's going to be a very tricky full moon from that point of view, because parts of us are going to want to get our message out there and we want to be heard, and we want to get our message across in a very dynamic, sort of articulate sort of way. And we're going to seem to be seen as being maybe a little bit bossy or a little bit pushy in sort of getting our message out there, and other people are going to take offence to this and they're going to become a little bit standoffish or sort of pull back or sort of walk out of the room or whatever the case may be. So we all have to be very, very aware of this. So it's going to be something that's going to be difficult to sort of control. You know, you might open your mouth and it just all comes tumbling out. So, I mean, on a positive side, this can be a time where we can get some amazing breakthroughs. We can have answers that can come out of nowhere. We can see pathways opening up. We can see resolutions and answers to prayers and answers to things that we haven't been able to previously see a solution to, or there hasn't been enough resources to be able to make things happen, and all of a sudden things become very crystal clear and we're able to make great headway. So whatever way the full moon affects you this weekend, just know that it's for your highest good. It's what is actually meant to happen. Now, I'm not giving you a license to start an argument with somebody. I'm just saying if it happens organically and it happens naturally, then this is the universe's way of clearing the pathway to sort of get you on a good start to 2020. So having said all that, we're going to look at the candles of the week. And I'm saying candles with an S because we're going to be working with the full moon candle this week. Now, with the full moon candle, what I like to do is I like to start working on I always work on a 7-day cycle. So I'm looking at from tomorrow, being Thursday, I will start my full moon resolution. Now, I'm going to write 3 things on a piece of paper that I want to release, because that's what we do under a full moon. And I always like to balance the ledger and have 3 things that I'd like to attract to myself. So being the beginning of the year, there may be some things there that you want to release or let go of from 2019, things that you've brought to a conclusion, things that you're trying to release. And don't laugh at me when I say this. This is the perfect time to put down on the piece of paper that you want to release your debt, that you want to find new and innovative ways of reducing your own personal debt, or finding some extra ways of maybe reducing your mortgage or paying off the car or whatever. It's always a perfect time to send this out to the universe on a full moon, and particularly the full moon in Cancer at the beginning of the year. So I like to work with 2 days prior to the full moon, which is starting on the 9th of January. And then I work 2 days prior to the full moon, then 3 days of the full moon, and then 2 days on the descending side of the full moon. So that's the 7-day cycle. So we would repeat the process of writing the same piece of paper out with the same things, 3 things that we're going to release and 3 things that we're going to attract to us. And we would sort of now place each one of these notes under each candle as we go to light it. We'd read it out aloud, place it underneath the candle, putting the candle on a coaster, never putting a candle directly on a surface of furniture. We always put a barrier between us because the glass containers themselves can get hot. The soy wax doesn't get hot, but the glass container can get hot, and that's always safety first with burning a candle. Now, this is the water sign candle. Now, I've picked this one because it represents Cancer. So I will be burning both my candles with an identical list being placed underneath them, reading them out aloud, burning them for a minimum of 15 minutes a day up to 2 hours for 7 days, starting from Thursday, the 9th of January, 2020. So for those of you that mightn't have such a big area and say to me, Amanda, look, I've only got a small space, we can actually make you up an individual gift box where you can choose 3 candles of your choice. This gift box this week, I've picked the full moon candle, the water sign candle, and I've also teamed it up with the Secrets of Tarot candle. If you can choose any one from the 28 in our range to make your own individual gift box. So little gift box candles, these little mini candles will burn for approximately 15 hours each, where your larger ones, you'll get up to 100 hours out of them if you look after them. You need to keep the wicks trimmed, and you need to keep your candles out of drafts, out of air conditioners. Please never place a candle underneath an open window, and always be mindful when we have candles burning around little children and pets, because they are a fire hazard. We are working with fire after all. So we're going to take our first caller today, and it's Connie in Owentown in Ontario, Canada. Are you there, Connie?
Yes, I am.
Do you have a question I can work with, please? Hello, Connie. Do you have a question I can work with, please, sweetie?
Yes. I'm kind of wanting to know what's going to happen with my marriage, and I mean, that'll dictate kind of the rest of my life. So that's what I'm kind of wondering really bad now.
Can you repeat the question, sweetie? It was very mumbled.
Sorry. I'm looking to find out what's going on with my marriage and where that's headed.
Right. Okay. All right. Do you mind sharing with me your husband's first name, please, Connie?
Scott.
Okay. All right. It's very, very interesting energy I'm picking up around the marriage, Connie. It's sort of like one part of me says I'm really frustrated and I'm sick of it, and another part of me says, but I'm not prepared to walk away from this, but I'm at sort of loose ends, or I'm running out of ideas of ways to sort of try and stimulate this, to make it fresh, to make it new, to make it exciting again. And I don't know that it's necessarily the marriage itself, Connie, that's become stale. I think it's more the fact that the two people in the marriage have things that they need to sort out for themselves. You know, sometimes when we become stale as an individual, that sort of transpires over into our marriage. It's not that I'm seeing a lot of arguments there. I'm just not seeing a lot of anything. It's sort of like two people wandering aimlessly around, but there's sort of really no emotion, no connection there. And that's what we need to sort of get back. It's sort of like you feel he doesn't understand you or takes enough interest in the things that are important to you, and he probably feels the same sort of thing. And then you think, what on earth am I doing here? What's it all about? I thought we had a great connection. I thought this was going to be for, you know, forever and ever and ever. Look, I don't dispute any of that. But what I feel that we need to be looking to do, Connie, is for you to need to sort of sort out something new for you, something that's going to put the spark back in you, something that's going to make you feel very excited to get out of bed of a day and say, wow, I've got something that I'm really striving towards. And I feel by leading by example like that, I feel that that will sort of reignite the marriage again. I feel it will start to sort of bring things to become more sparkly again. Would it be fair to say that your husband needs to change his job?
I'm not working right now, so he's the only breadwinner, but there's not much options around our town where we live. So he likes his dog, so he says.
That he was particularly, I just didn't feel he was particularly happy with his job.
No, he doesn't. I think, in my opinion, that he's kind of, there's nowhere for him to grow anymore. He's like, this is the only position, like there's nowhere to grow, and he wants to do different things, and I think he has new interests and stuff like that, and he doesn't like me being home. So you're right about that.
Yeah, I would agree with
getting
that.
Him, finding something, but what I want, he doesn't approve of. And
yeah, but that's because he's frightened, sweetheart. He's frightened that if he sort of goes along with the things that you want to do or bring into your life that you feel very strongly that are going to, you know, give you a sense of satisfaction and put the sparkle back in you, he doesn't understand it. So therefore he's frightened of it. And what happens if this takes you away from him? He's so terrified he's going to lose you. Instead of sort of opening up himself and saying, wow, if that's going to make Connie happy, well, then I'll embrace it, I'll support her, I'll go with it. And, you know, we'll do this journey together, even if I'm not the slightest bit interested in what she's doing, but I can at least show support. He's frightened, sweetheart. So maybe instead of trying to shove it down his throat, trying to get him to understand it, maybe you should flip it around and encourage him to do something that's going to make him feel important, something that he can fulfill for himself. And if the starting point of that is sort of encouraging him to look for another job, something that's going to make him want to get out of bed of a morning and be excited to go to it, I think that's a good starting point. And then at the same time, you can start working on the things that are going to put sparkle back into you. I know you said you're not working, but I felt that you will be working again by about March. There's an opening coming up there for something that not only from a monetary point of view, but from a personal point of view that you'll be excited about. And it's sort of, it's setting you up to go on a new path of discovery and excitement and, you know, a bit of money coming in as well is always a good thing. So I hope that's helped you, Connie.
Do you know what, like, area I'd be going in then?
No, they never show me a particular profession or an area. I just know it's something new, and I know it's something that you sort of feel might not have ever been open, or the opportunity's never been there for you to pursue this type of employment before. And it's new, it's scary, but at the same time it's exciting, and sort of you can't wait to start. So I feel this year is going to see a definite improvement in your life, and I think it's definitely going to see an improvement in the marriage, and there's going to be a lot more laughter between you and your husband. So, you know, by the time we get to the end of 2020, you're going to look back and say, wow, this was a very powerful year. And at the beginning, I couldn't see how it was all going to unfold and how our lives were going to improve, but they have, and it's sort of, it's good. I feel very comfortable for you. Anyway, Connie, we're going to leave it there. We're going to go to Francine in Richmond in Virginia. Are you there, Francine?
Yes.
Do you have a question I can work with, sweetie?
What about my love life?
Okay, so no one special at the moment around you, Francine, that you would like me to look at or take a closer look at?
Napoleon. He's 11 years older than me. He's a nurse.
Right. Okay, let me tune into his energy. So would it be fair to say, this person of interest to you, that there's been a massive change in their lives in the last 12 months? Like, had there been a serious relationship breakup and a lot of changes and things that they had to sort of sort through and work through?
But we've been talking for a year.
Right, but do you know whether there'd been a massive shift in their life just prior to the two of you talking in this last year? Had they been through a relationship breakup? Because I'm still sort of seeing some residue there of them trying to adjust to sort of a whole brand new life.
But we've both been working, because we both work in the nursing field, but I know that he's always working, picking up shifts and stuff. But when I met him, he was single.
Okay, but I just felt in that 12 months prior to the two of you meeting, I felt he'd come out of a long-term relationship, which left him a little bit baffled.
Yeah, he did tell me that.
One of the reasons why he hasn't. Yeah, that he hasn't been in a hurry to sort of jump straight back into a serious relationship again. He just wanted to keep it sort of lighthearted, some fun. Let's get to know each other. Let's have a few laughs. Let's sort of see where this can go. Francine, I'd love to say that he's going to be the dream relationship and going to be the one that you're going to find the happily ever after with, but I still don't feel he's ready for that. And I just sort of feel in 2020, it's not so much that you feel that you're running out of time, but you sort of think, well, how much more time do I need to invest in this sort of friendship / potential relationship before it starts to blossom? And I feel by middle of the year, I think you're going to meet somebody else with very, very tall, dark-headed person who's going to come into your life and they're going to sweep you off your feet. And it's like, wow, this is powerful. I wasn't expecting this. They're coming out of nowhere. You're not necessarily going to meet them through work. I think you're going to meet them through someone else in your social circle. And it's like, bingo. This is everything I've been searching for, everything I've been hoping for a very, very long time. And this relationship, this new relationship will move very fast. They don't have any emotional baggage. Pardon?
So I should let Napoleon go because he's pretty much wasting my time.
Yeah, look, I think you're still going to be friends with this guy that you've been talking to at work, but I don't know that you're necessarily looking for another relationship. It's just going to find you. And it's a very powerful sort of connection, and all your dreams are going to come true very, very quickly. But it will be in an unusual situation. You'll be out with friends, somewhere that you don't normally go, and this is the universe's way of sort of moving things along in your life in a very powerful, dynamic direction, and it's good. It's positive. So,
how about my finances? Will I get financially stable? Because right now I've been struggling with my finances.
Look, I think your finances are going to start to slowly improve. I don't think it's going to happen magically in the first month of this year. I feel from about April onwards, it's like there's an opportunity there to sort of stabilise this. So I'm not sure whether that means that there's a new job or whether it means there's just more regular, consistent hours that you know then this is what I've got coming in from month to month, and you can start to budget better and start to sort of bring yourself out of, you know, a little bit of a financial pickle there that you've been in and out of for a while. And it's sort of been because there hasn't been enough consistency with the income that's coming in to cover all your expenses, but that certainly seems to be improving this year. And Francine, I feel that this is your year. You know, love's going to find you and your finances are going to sort out, and you're going to really sort of be very thankful that your wishes are starting to come true. So that's where we're going to leave it with Francine. So before we end the show, I think it's really important to still be very aware that there's a lot of people out there around us at the moment that are still struggling with loss and grief. And this time of the year, you know, we've just got over Christmas and New Year, and people are still struggling with anybody that's had a loss in recent years, or even ones that have had them many, many years ago. It seems to be very amplified at the moment that people are having trips down memory lane and sort of starting to look at, and I think that life always looks less complicated in the past. We all tend to think as we get older, oh, back in the good old days when things were simpler and things were this and things were that. I think as time goes by, I think our memory sort of becomes more selective, and we only tend to sort of focus on the things that we think were good about those times. We tend to sort of push to one side or push to the back of our mind the things that weren't so good about a particular time in our lives because we don't wish to relive them all the time. And it's not necessarily things were less complicated or simpler back in the good old days. I think it's just our selective memory of what we choose to remember. So your homework this week, besides manoeuvring your way through the full moon, is to make sure that you reach out to somebody that you think that might be struggling a little bit on an emotional level, and just sort of say, hey, let's sit down and have a cup of coffee. Let's have a chat. Let's talk about old times. Let's talk about something that might be important to them, and just sort of take the time to spend a little bit of time with someone. That could be the big difference in how they're going to handle the rest of this year, by you sort of reaching out and giving them a little bit of friendship, a little bit of understanding, and the opportunity to talk about the things that they've had bottled up, the things maybe that they may not want to share with their family, but they're happy to share it with you because you're someone that's really special to them. And it can be healing for both of you. While you're listening to them, you're sort of thinking to yourself, well, gee, my life's not so bad after all, or the things that I've been sort of redrawing or regrouping on in my lives, I can relate to that. And it's a very healing time for everybody concerned. I think it's a time in our lives where I think we need to do a lot of healing. I'm not a numerologist, so I don't really sort of say to you magically, 2020 means such and such because of the numbers. I just know from an astrological level, we have so many planets sitting in Earth at the moment, and it's asking us to ground ourselves. It's asking us to take stock. It's asking us to slow down, smell the roses, smell the coffee, reach out to the people that are in our inner circle, people that we mightn't have seen in a while. Reach out, say hello, ask them how they're feeling. We don't necessarily have to know their whole life history, but sometimes by just showing a little bit of kindness and a little bit of interest in someone else or somebody that you haven't reached out to in a while can be the difference in their lives, of them being able to sort of feel that, hey, somebody does care. I am a worthwhile human being. Isn't it nice that they reached out to me? I haven't heard from them in such a long time. They've been on my mind recently. I've been thinking life is so busy, I must do something about it. Well, now's the perfect time to do that, because I do think that we all do get so very busy in our lives, and we sometimes neglect the people that are important to us and the people that have helped us get to where we are today. And it doesn't mean that we've got to live in someone else's pocket or know everything about their lives, but I think we do need to reach out and just take stock and say hello and ask how you are and be genuinely interested in how they are. So it's going to be a very dynamic sort of year, but it's also going to be a year where we do need to sort of remain grounded. We need to carefully think about the decisions and the choices that we're going to make. It's also going to be a year where finances are going to become paramount, and we need to be very careful and have a plan or a budget of what we're going to pay, how we're going to do it, where we're going to put extra money if we're fortunate enough to have extra money coming in. And I think the most important thing that each and every one of us can do this year is try and pay down any personal debt that we've got. Instead of spending that extra money on a new outfit or a trip abroad, maybe it might be best to pay down your personal debt first. If we can all get back into a point where we're paying and living within our means, like paying cash for something or paying for something out of our savings, instead of putting it on credit, I think we're all going to put ourselves in a much better financial position moving forward. And it doesn't mean the world's full of doom and gloom and the economy's going to get worse. What it means is that we can take control of our own destiny for 2020. So on that note, I wish you all a very, very happy new year, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.
This is A1R.
The Ask One Radio Network.
Persian Medium Fiona is now on avidadvice.com. Psychic Mastermind.
Do you see children in our future?
Yes, of course. I see the building family almost 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
I'm wondering if there's any loved ones around.
I feel the energies are calling me about a man. He's tall. He was married before, but it was not a real marriage because it sounds to be the person cheating on him. No kids around, no brothers, no sisters. Your age or almost 3 years older.
I think I might know who this person is.
Okay.
I think I might know who he is, yeah.
Okay.
You may already know of Persian Medium Fiona from her radio shows, her television shows, her groundbreaking detective work, and from just about every corner of the web. Only a site with the integrity and the purpose of avidadvice.com could land her. She's available now. avidadvice.com. Psychic Masterminds.
This is the sound of salmonella gyrating on your undercooked chicken. And it looks like Mom might be taking it out a little early. Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So use a thermometer to cook each type of meat to the right temperature. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Dwayne Johnson here. The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The odds of becoming a signed artist and having 4 #1 albums, 1 in 100 million. The odds of going on to win 7 Grammy Awards, 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of this performer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
A1R.
A1R. A1R.
A1R.
A1R.
A1R.
A1R.
A1R.
The Ask One Radio Network.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Gemma Spirit World with Gemma. Live from GemmaSpiritWorld.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Gemma Spirit World
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everybody. How are we tonight? Oh my goodness, Boxing Day, I think, in Atlanta. Okay, my goodness. I am Gemma, your host tonight. It is, the afternoon. I don't even know what day of the week it is. I think it's Friday. I am definitely, I'm definitely in holiday mode. And I know I had an amazing Christmas, and I think things to the lead up of Christmas, I feel like I've gotten into holiday mode, but I really am. I can't remember what day of the week it is. I know that the weekend's coming up, so I'm really excited about that. But my goodness, how quickly did Christmas come and go? You know, it's always a massive big lead up and the excitement around Christmas, and I had such a busy few weeks to the lead up, and now it's all over, and I'm like, oh my goodness, where did it all go? But what a beautiful Christmas. I had Christmas with family. It's probably my first Christmas in probably about 9 years that I wasn't the one hosting my Christmas party, so it was really nice to just relax, sit back and just really enjoy the moment with family. It was really nice to watch all the kids unwrap their presents, create mess, and just to see the smiles on their face. And it's, you know, what I loved about my little boys was they said to me on Christmas morning that, you know, presents don't make up Christmas, Mummy. They said it's the people that we spend time with on, you know, during that day. So it was really beautiful to hear my 6-year-old say that to me. And yes, he did get presents, but he was very happy just to, you know, really celebrate the morning with good food and just spending it with their cousins rather than opening all these presents at once. So I just reminded me a lot what I was like when I was little around Christmas. I know that my brothers used to be into the presents and I would be the last one to unwrap everything. So it's really nice to see that my children are the same way as well. So my lead up to Christmas, now that, my goodness, I think we've got four days until the new year. My goodness, 2020, a new decade. It's like, how do we prepare ourselves, you know? And it's things that I like to do is that I like to sit down and really write down my achievements, my accomplishments that I've done this year, the things that, you know, my lessons that I've learned. I've also like to, things that I want to do differently for the new year. And I really write down just how good this year was and how I can make next year even more, you know, more amazing. And a few things that had come to me was I sit down and write is that, one thing that we really need to do is, not wait for things to happen, really be the one to make that move, to really step out of our comfort zone, to get off the couch, to leave the house, to really put ourselves out there and to really chase our dreams, chase the things that we want to do, rather than expect them to come to us. And, if that means, also deleting or unfollowing negative people on social media, or we have negative people in our life, to make a real big difference is to let go of people that really don't bring happiness. And if it was a year of sadness and suffering, and I understand health plays a big part in a lot of people's life, really just having gratitude each day, really brings in a good reminder of how much we can live for. So, as I write down, and I know that I've wrote down pages of stuff, but it's like I'm really ready for 2020, and I'm excited to really, business-wise, to really put myself out there, to challenge myself. And I know that we all can challenge ourselves if we're really ready and want to make that difference. So my insight and, I guess, advice for the lead up of 2020 is to just sit and really think about, how this year has gone and how you'd like to make a better year. Just live each day, follow your dreams. I have lots in store for me, and I can't wait to share with you as 2020 comes. But yeah, until then, I'm excited just to really enjoy the last few days of 2019. Alrighty, so we're going to get into some callers because I'm excited to connect. So we have Deanne, from Massachusetts, USA. Oh my goodness, tongue-tying. Hello, Deanne.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call.
Oh, lovely to hear from you. How can I help you tonight?
Well, yesterday being Christmas and all, I ended up breaking up with my boyfriend. So I was just wondering about my love life in 2020, or for the remainder of the year. What's that going to look like? Will I get married? I'm 31 years old, and I would like to get married and start a family. So I was just wondering, will I connect with someone special, and what he looks like, and how I'll be able to recognize him?
Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness. The last relationship that you've just broken up with, my heart feels really heavy, so I feel like you're still grieving from the last relationship that you're still in. I see that, it's a time of, really just being gentle on yourself at the moment. What I do see for you is that, around March, I keep hearing March is going to be an exciting time for you. It feels like that you're getting out and meeting new people. I know that you actually have you have lots of friends around you, but it feels like you're doing something different in March. It feels like it's an opportunity that's being presented to you to really get out of your comfort zone, but it also feels like it's a new location. Can you resonate with anything in March at the moment?
No, I mean, March sounds like a great time. I mean, I'd love to get married. I was hoping to get married this year.
Yep.
So I don't know what's going to happen in March, but maybe I'll meet the right guy or something. I don't know where I'd relocate to. Do you have anything? I'd love to move to, either start a Bible college up in September, up in Maine in September, or start, or move to LA or something fun.
Yeah. Just a question with your last relationship. Are you still in contact with him? Because I keep feeling I've got lots of anxiety. As much as there's excitement around 2020 for you, and I know that you've got all these things that you want to do. Your relationship with your ex at the moment, is he still in the picture? Because I keep getting, I just feel I've got anxiety around that. I just feel heavy around that situation.
Yeah, I mean, we broke up it seems like the holidays bring up the worst. We broke up last Thanksgiving, and we got back together because he really pursued me. He kept coming around, he kept calling, kept saying he missed me. Like, he called me this morning saying he missed me and he doesn't want to break up. And I said, I'm sorry, I really need my space and I don't want to get back together. So I don't know what he's going to pull.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like it's still early days too. I just feel really, and I feel that anxiety, and I think that's what I'm tuning into, is that your ex-boyfriend, your current your ex-boyfriend, sorry. That's what I keep tuning into, and I keep feeling that unease, the anxiousness, the unanswered questions. But at the same time, I still feel like it's a time for you that it's you're still in, there's lots of unanswered questions around you. I do keep seeing there's someone else coming into your life around the 6 months mark. I see June being a time that you will meet somebody else, but it feels like now until June is a time for you to really just find your inner peace, really, really sit with what you really want. It feels like it's more of a you're still finding yourself. I know that you know what you want, but there's still that connection with your ex, and I feel like it's still going to take a little bit for you to get through this, because I feel like what I keep seeing is that the communicate, because he's in contact with you, he's in the back of your mind, you know what I mean? There's always that constant contact. So even though you're trying to move forward, it's still like you have ties pulling you backwards, if that makes sense. But I do see someone new coming into your life around June.
June? Okay, that's a ways away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so June feels a lot clearer around June. What I keep seeing for you is that I keep saying, do you travel a lot? I keep seeing road trips around you. Do you do lots of road tripping? Traveling?
I work from home, so I could if I wanted to. I went on a road trip a few years ago, and that was a lot of fun. But I'm really great on road trips. I love road trips. So, that'd be fun.
So I also see that's coming up for you as well. I also see that you'll be attending another wedding. I feel like it's a close friend of yours. Do you have anyone's wedding around July, August? I keep seeing a wedding around July, August for you. I feel like it's a friend. Have you got any friends around you they're coming up into a wedding?
My best friend got engaged over Thanksgiving, and so she's going to be marrying this summer.
Okay, yes, because I see the excitement around that and the excitement that you have for her. I just see lots of traveling for you, lots of meeting new people and different surroundings, and I see that within your travels this is where you're going to meet this special person. Even around June, I see someone coming into you. It's interesting, I've got June, I've also got September as well, but it just feels like at the moment you're really taking the fun back into your life. It feels like you haven't had that for quite a while, but it also feels like it's quite exciting because, yes, you know what you want, but you know the right kind of conversations to make with certain people to really get a better insight into who they are as well. I know that you're very intuitive. You're very, your attention to detail is very specific, and that's not a problem at all, but it's like you know what you want, so you know the kind of people that you want to surround yourself around.
Yeah.
I also keep seeing a waterfall around you as well. So if there's anywhere around you that's got waterfalls, I'm really drawn to a waterfall around. What I see with the waterfall, I feel like it's an outing, like a day out where you can go. Even, I keep seeing a picnic. It's interesting. Just a question: do you suffer any anxiety at all, or any asthma, or any anxiety?
I don't have any anxiety. I mean, I'm labeled schizophrenic because I feel like I can hear God. I feel like I'm a medium, and I've talked to God before, and I channel different spirits. So,
I've just got this heaviness around me at the moment. That's why as I keep talking, it's like I just feel really heavy around, it's not so much my chest, but it also feels like there's something, whether you're worried about something as well and it's holding you back from moving forward as well. It's just that there's some heaviness around your solar plexus area.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and I just feel that, and what's coming through is I think it's just more worried that, yes, your age, but also finding that special someone, you know, sooner than you hope. But it's like, just go with it, go with the flow, you know, enjoy each day and enjoy the experiences that are coming your way too.
Okay, yeah. Definitely.
I've also got, with that waterfall, can you resonate anywhere with that waterfall, a trip, an outing where you go to a waterfall?
I was thinking Niagara Falls because I really wanted to go to Niagara Falls for a long time now.
Yep. Yep. Well, I definitely see that coming up as well. I also see, you know, there's lots of wedding bells around you, so it'd be interesting to see if it's, you know, it just feels too soon for your particular wedding this year for 2020. But there's lots of romance, there's lots of celebrations around you, and I just see that you're going to meet somebody, and you know, you're going to have lots of people, you know, you're going to meet, but there's going to be, it's just, I've got this excitement around you, and it's just to really, don't rush, don't have expectation, and just enjoy being you, and enjoy the moment of getting to know different people.
Okay, great. Well, it sounds really good. Thank you.
I also have, as I just spoke to you then, just as I'm talking, I've got a plane come through the room as well. Are you traveling, like going on a plane soon?
Oh, I wish. That would be amazing.
Okay, because
I applied to be a talk show host, and I don't know. I haven't heard back, but I was hoping I could move for that. So I don't know if I'll be traveling for that, but that would be fantastic.
Because that's what I've got coming, and it feels like it's quite soon. Like when I have images that come through, when they come really close, it's like now into the next 3 months. So it feels like there's something coming up for you that involves a flight.
Cool.
Yeah, so you have like 2020 is going to be your year. It's also a year of self-discovery, but it's more, you know, it's the more creative you are, the more that you more movement that you create, the more you move forward. I see that you know, your ex will definitely be your ex, but until he, I think setting boundaries is very important. So he's not calling you all the time, but I know that as each day passes, you know, he'll have a better understanding of your clear boundaries that you put down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I've just got lots of travel around you, and it's like different transportations as well. Like, you know, I've got the flight, I've got you traveling on the road. I see lots of water around you, unless you're a very watery person that enjoys the water, but you really enjoy being outside. So you're very adventurous and not afraid to try new things. So, you know, next year challenge yourself, put yourself out there and challenge yourself and enjoy every experience that comes your way.
Cool. Well, I would love to. Yeah, I will.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. But I have to wrap up our call because I have someone else waiting. But it was lovely to connect with you, Deanne, and I really, you know, enjoy 2020 because it's full of excitement, adventure, love, and not only that, you know, it's happiness. You know, you're going to create. More things are going to come quicker than they have in the last 2 years for you.
Wow, okay, great. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. I really look forward to the new year.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for connecting with me tonight.
Okay, thank you so much. God bless.
Bye, dear.
Bye now.
Okay, we have Cheryl from British Columbia, Canada. Hello, Cheryl. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How can I help you tonight?
I just haven't been doing that well, and I'm kind of depressed over the holidays and stuff like that. And so I just thought I'd phone and try to connect and see if I could get a reading.
Yep, definitely. I can feel the I can feel the sadness. I also can feel you have a heavy heart. So if I was there, I would love to send you a big hug, you know, to know that, in times like this, it can feel very lonely. And what I do see for you at the moment is, do you have a church or some kind of community that you go to? Because I keep seeing church. Do you have a church? Do you actually attend church at all?
No, I don't.
Okay. It's like this gathering. I keep seeing this, and keep seeing it as a church, but then it was like a gathering. So it's like a gathering of people. I see, and what I keep seeing for you, it's like a weekly thing or even a fortnightly thing. But also, what I keep seeing for you is that it's really hard for you to get out of your comfort zones. Do you find it really hard to leave the house at the moment?
I do.
Yeah, because I can feel that. I can see that. I can feel that, but also see that, you know, just even, you know, how do I explain it? I just feel that trappedness, you know, I feel trapped, and I feel like you're trapped inside in that you've got a lot going on, and getting out of your comfort zone, even just getting out of the house, it can be really difficult for you. I also, what I keep seeing around you, also, have you just had a separation from someone in the last 6 months?
No. I haven't been in any relationship for a long time.
Okay, so I've just got a male energy around you at the moment. You haven't had anyone pass in the last 6 months either, have you?
No.
Okay, because I've just have a male energy around you. Right, I'll just let me just sit with this at the moment. Hold on a second. Okay, because I've got a male energy in the room. And what up? Just seeing where this is going. Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting coming through is I keep seeing as a fatherly, not even that, I've got a male energy around me. Have you not had any contact with anyone in the 6 months? I've got 6 months. I keep seeing 6 months. I also see that this energy around you, and when they've come into the room, generally what it means is someone's passed, but because you have no knowledge of someone passing in the last 6 months, I just might move them aside, because I really, if you're not resonating with this person, what they're showing me at the moment is, do you have anyone connected to you that that works with transportation?
That I know of, yeah.
Pardon, was that, sorry? You do, yes?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you have someone, okay. So I have this, so the person that they work with trains, transportation, they're alive, aren't they? Okay, I think I have somebody coming in. What I have a spirit person with me at the moment. It's a male energy, and they're referring to someone that works in transportation. So they have a message for that person. Are you in contact with the person that has a job with trains?
Not with trains, no.
So the transportation, as in like buses, like working with transportation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Are you in communication? Are you in communication with them?
Yeah.
Okay. I just have a spirit loved one, and I feel like I'll just pass it on quickly to you, so then I can have the reading for you. But it's just that I have a loved one coming through for that person. It's just to let them know that, you know, what's coming through is that they're going through a difficult time at the moment, and that the loved one that I have here is letting me know that times are tough, but times will get easier for them.
Okay.
Also, what I keep seeing for you is that, do you have any, because I've still got breathing issues, have you had any breathing? I think that'd be your anxiety. You suffer from anxiety, panic attacks?
No, I don't know. I don't have any. I do have anxiety, but.
Okay. So the anxiety is what I'm feeling for you as well. Also, what I'm getting for you as well, because I keep feeling the loneliness around you. What I want to direct it is that I keep seeing stairs in front of you. So climbing upstairs, what I keep seeing is that I've got stairs. I've got lots of things. I guess I've got lots of things coming through, and I'm really confused because I'm trying to get the messages across that make sense to you. What I've been shown is that the feeling that it just feels like you've been in this situation that you're in now for quite a while. And what I'm seeing is that there's some challenging times coming up ahead for you, but it also feels like that taking each step, so taking each day is one step closer to getting where you want to go. I do keep seeing that. Do you have issues around your car at the moment? Because it's like you're wanting to get out of your house, but you can't leave your house. Do you have issues also around your car?
No.
Okay, so I've got issues. Okay, so I just keep seeing your car, and it's basically, it just feels like there's just lots, because I've got lots of, it just feels like it's challenging at the moment for you to be able to leave the house. But what I keep seeing that February looks to be a brighter month for you. I keep seeing that, like where I keep seeing you now, it feels like it's, the colours are dark around me, but it feels like there's lots of green. There's lots of growth and healing around you in February. I also see that in around February. Do you actually have a birthday around March at all? Because I keep seeing flowers around March.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yep, so your birthday's around March. I keep seeing flowers. So what I see for February, that it's a time for you to, obviously things are going to be a lot more positive and uplifting for you, and you really are going to be venturing out into new environments. March feels like it's going to be a better year for you as well. Given that it's your birthday, it feels like the things that you've been wanting to do, you haven't been able to do, but it feels like there's a breakthrough through February, March for you. I also see that there's a new job coming up for you as well, whether you're trying to change jobs or there's some kind of positioning change in your job. It feels like there's a move in around your job around. It's amazing. March, June, we've got June, July as well. We've got lots of new things happening your way. But I do only have 90 seconds left online to talk. Hello, can you hear me? Cheryl. Okay, we may have lost Cheryl. I've only got 90 seconds left, but definitely lots of new things coming towards Cheryl for her 2020. Just to be gentle on yourself, Cheryl, and to take each day as gently as possible. I am going to wrap it up because I have 60 seconds, but I just want to thank all the beautiful callers that have called in tonight. And I just want to wish all A1R Psychic Radio viewers a fantastic New Year's Eve, and to welcome 2020 with lots of smiles, gratitude, love, embrace new opportunities, and to really just enjoy, do all the things that you haven't done, and really write that, really write all the things that you want to achieve. It's possible, and let's do it all together. So I look forward to seeing you in the new year.
This is A1R, the S1 Radio Network.
Persian medium Fiona is now on avidadvice.com. Psychic Mastermind.
Do you see children in our future?
Yes, of course. I see the building family almost 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
I'm wondering if there's any loved ones around.
I feel the energies are calling me about a man. He's tall. He was married before, but it was not a real marriage because it sounds to be the person cheating on him. No kids around, no brothers, no sisters, your age or almost 3 years older.
I think I
might know who this person is. Okay. I think I might know who he is, yeah.
Okay.
You may already know of Persian medium Fiona from her radio shows, her television shows, her groundbreaking detective work, and from just about every corner of the web. Only a site with the integrity and the purpose of avidadvice.com could land her. She's available now. avidadvice.com. Psychic Masterminds.
I'm John, a volunteer at United Way. Now, I'm here at Lincoln Elementary School to find out what this place needs. Who knows better about what kids need than kids, right? Let's ask them.
Monsters! Lasers! A pool! Another guinea pig! More lasers! Sprinkles!
I was thinking more spinach at lunchtime and maybe more exercise.
Nah. Lasers are cool.
When it comes to creating healthier communities, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
A1R, Lifestyle, Healing and Wellness Radio. A breath of fresh air. This is A1R, a product of Positive Peak.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Your Time to Shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How are you doing? It is officially 2020. I don't know about you, but I am so glad to be done with 2019. It was definitely a tough year on all fronts, on all perspectives. And I have just been looking so forward to 2020. It just, for some reason, 2020 just feels like a really powerful year with lots of great things, lots of positive energy, and so many people I've talked to are so ready for this new year and to say goodbye to 2019 and start a brand new decade. So here we go in 2020. So I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday season, spending it with family and friends and doing what you love to do, maybe getting a little time off to recuperate and regenerate. I know that I sure have needed that as well. So I haven't been a very big New Year's resolution kind of person. I have been more of a phrase or a word. And so this year, I am still trying to kind of figure out what my word is for the year. And I'm kind of going off of two different words. One word is trust. Last year really put me through a major spiritual, I was on a spiritual journey, but it was a huge trust. It was for me to take trust in what I was receiving, and what I was getting. And so for me, I think trust is going to be one of the words that I'm focusing on this year. Another word that I am focusing on this year is not so much change, but I can't think of a different word right now. So change, being able to just move and flow with the change, because I do in this upcoming year have quite a bit of shifting and changing going on. Not only physical changes, my environment is changing a little bit, but as spiritually as well. I'm moving into a whole new dynamic this year. I can feel it coming on. I don't know what it's all going to be about yet, but as soon as I know, I will be sure to let you guys know as well. But those are my words. And so whenever I get into a situation, that I'm struggling with, I'm having trouble with, I always come back to my words. What were my words at the beginning of the year? What was it that I was focusing on at the first of the year? And that always helps to kind of bring me back to center and bring me back to what it is that I need to remember, right? Trusting in the guidance, trusting in what is happening around me, and knowing that we are all guided, we are all protected, and we are all safe. And then trusting in the change that everything is happening for a reason. It's all about divine timing, and trusting in that, knowing that it is going to be okay. So I advise you, I encourage you to look at this year and see what is in store. What do you think is in store for you for 2020? And if you could put a word to it, what would that word be? And really come down to the nitty-gritty, because when things are really tough and you need to come back to that word is always going to be there to help you, to support you, and to bring you back into center and say, okay, I remember what this is all about, and I know I can do this. So take some time and think about your word for 2020. Love to hear you guys and find out what it is that you guys are using as a word in 2020. So hit me up on my Facebook page at Julie Yeager Walker Medium, or you can hit me up on my Your Time to Shine page, my Facebook page. And you can always reach me over on my website at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. And now we are going to head to the phone lines. I believe we have Coralie on the line. Good evening and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hello, thank you.
Are you there, Coralie?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much.
Did I say your name correctly?
Coralie. Mm-hmm.
Coralie, okay. Okay. So what can we do for you this evening?
Well, I was curious. I was interested in just finding out, what's going on, what's to happen, just kind of an insight of what, whether it be ancestors or spirit guides or anyone who really wants to send or let me know something. That's what I'm curious about.
Okay. So are you looking to find out something about a particular situation or just kind of in general?
We can do something in regards to just finding out the direction that my life is going for this year. Any messages or guidance from my spirit guides or ancestors or anybody who's obviously close to me in the spiritual realm.
Okay. Okay. So give me just a moment here to kind of check in with your guides and see what they have to say. So there'll be just a little bit of silence here as I tune in, but I will be right back with you, okay?
Of course.
So the first thing that I get, I get this feeling of, I was sitting here and I was scribbling with my pen, actually. And I was finding myself scribbling highs and lows, kind of almost like a heartbeat. So I'm being shown that you're going to have some highs and some lows. There's going to be a little bit of, well, there's going to be quite a bit of movement, actually, in this upcoming year for you. It feels very exciting and very motivational energy. So it's not like anything that you should be worried about or be afraid of. But there's a lot of dynamic movement in this energy for you. I feel like there's a job change coming up with you. Are you looking right now? Have you already started a search and a job change?
Yes, I'm definitely interested in changing jobs soon, so I have started.
Okay. So I feel like there's not only going to be a shift and change with the job. Hang on just a minute. They're showing me like moving, traveling. Are you either looking to find another place to live, possibly?
Yes, that is
or are
my
you
focus.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Yes, that's my focus. That's been my focus. I came into this year with the focus of changing my environment, changing where I live, primarily. So yes, absolutely. I'm looking to move.
Okay, because I'm definitely picking up on those two things. And wow, if you think about it, a job change and a personal life move, even if it's just from one apartment to another or a house to another, those are some really big things coming up for you here. And I feel like that they're happening within like this first 4 or 5 months of the new year. So you are coming out of the gate just wham, doing some really big things. But I feel like they're really good changes for you, and they feel very good. Have you kind of narrowed it down to a location as far as where you're moving to? Because I feel like that hasn't really been nailed down yet.
No, it has not.
Okay. Let me see if I can find something out about that. So I'm being shown like a lot of water. I don't know if it's a lake, if it's a pond, but I see lots of excuse me. I see lots of tall trees kind of around you as well, almost like where you're headed, there could be like a wooded type of area that might be near your new place. But I feel like there's a big pull actually to being with water. And I don't know if you've thought about that. There's a lot of correlation with you and water around this new place where you're looking to live and to move. Is there a lake or something near you that is kind of on one of your lists of places to move to?
Yes, there's an actual place. It's I don't know if they call it a trail or a little forest, but it has a lake, and it's all trees and just it's by the water. And I go there frequently, and I want to move around that area. So it's funny that came up. That would make me very happy if I found a place around that area.
It sounds marvelous. It really does. I have to say that I personally like being around forested areas and water as well. But I feel like this really, really resonates with you. And this is definitely kind of the place that you should be looking at and focusing on, and going towards, going that direction.
Okay, perfect. I'll definitely keep a focus on that.
Yeah.
How about relationships this year? Since I seem to be off on the relationships. Anything that they want to tell me?
Okay, hang on. So it was interesting because one of the things I was kind of asking before they were showing me the lake and the trees and things like that was relationship, where that was going. And they were kind of pulling me aside and saying, no, that's not right now, not right now. But what they're saying about relationship is that there's kind of a little bit of a slowdown right now as far as that goes, because you have so many of these bigger things on the horizon that you need to really focus on, that once you get set with some of these other things, that's going to come back up into the forefront for you again. And they are showing me that there's going to be somebody coming to your life, but I think it's going to be a little bit later in the year. Once you've moved, once you've settled, they're actually showing me that there is a correlation between where you're moving and somebody that you're going to be meeting.
Okay. Okay. I did have another question, if I may ask.
Sure, absolutely.
I recently just, I wouldn't know if I would call it a relationship, but I could call it a relationship. Things were perfect. The energy was amazing. Everything was fine. And then everything disappeared out of nowhere, thin air. I am not one to chase after a person, so if somebody wants to walk out, I gladly let them go. But I don't understand what happened. I don't think that person will tell me what happened. I don't think I need to look for closure with that person because it's not going to work out at the end for me. But I don't know if they can give me any insight as to what may have happened with that specific person.
Yeah. So as you were talking, I just kept hearing the word timing. So because you have all these things coming up and they are getting ready to surface and getting ready to be in creation, this relationship the timing of it wasn't correct. Not that the relationship itself wasn't good. The relationship itself was really good. I can feel the energy from that. But what it was is the timing of it with all these other big things that you have. They're showing me it's almost like you would have had to choose between this relationship and moving on to a new job and a new place and that type of thing.
Okay.
So it was just a way of your team and the universe to be able to pull that back a little bit and give you the space that you needed in order for you to create these other things that were coming into fruition.
Okay. Definitely. I can understand that.
Okay, good. I'm not so sure that this person might be coming back into your life in a little bit later.
Okay.
I feel like there's they're showing me like a rope, and that it's and that somewhat that you're drawing it back in, So it's very possible that this person and you will be crossing paths again.
Okay.
But again,
Mhm. I mean, I'm very clear with what it is that I want. I do want these changes in my life. My focus, as we spoke at the beginning, is change. New job, new place to live. So that's my focus. I appreciate, and, you know, that's why I ask, you know, what messages they have for me, because I'd rather do what's for my highest and best good and focus on the relationship after I attain what is best for me, you know, or the direction that the universe wants to push me to, rather than just me make my own decisions based on emotion. So, definitely.
yeah, they're really asking you to focus on these two things because they are very big. They're one of, you know, as you look at, you know, life-changing events, you know, marriage, death, having a baby, changing jobs, moving to a new house, that ranks up there as some of those really high stress kind of high level things. And your team is saying that, you know, you needed to be able to focus on this without getting overloaded. And even though you may look at this and say, well, yeah, but these are all things that I want and I don't feel stressed about it. But there comes a time where it's all going to kind of come at the same time and it's going to hit and you're going to say, oh, wow, okay, I get it. I see why I needed to clear some space for all this to happen.
I definitely agree. And another question, I've always had this question, and I mean, obviously we all have to do some soul searching and find out, but according to my spiritual family, purpose, you know, I feel very drawn to helping others, but I feel like that's a lot of people have that. But do they have any suggestions as to what are things, whether it be a hobby, a volunteer, or a purpose for me in life? Like, what do they guide me to do? I feel like I have a need, a calling for something, yet I can't put my finger on it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're definitely, I'm being shown, as you were talking, I'm being shown that you really want to be able to help people. You want to make a difference in their lives. But one of the things is that when you put yourself out there, you're such an empath that your energy has a tendency to get sucked out pretty quickly because of the energies around you. You take them on as on your own, even if they aren't your own. And that's just because you're just that empath, right? So they're asking you you need to kind of work on that piece of it, and you need to find some grounding exercises and some expansion. You know, back in the spiritual days, they used to place bubbles around themselves, right, to protect themselves from all of this. Now they just expand the energy. They expand the light. They don't have to bubble it anymore. And so they're asking you to take a look at that piece of it, because you need to be able to do that first before you can really go out and help others.
That makes all the sense in the world. Absolutely.
Yeah. And actually, we're coming down to the last few seconds of our show. So I just want to take this time and say thank you so much for calling in tonight. It has been a pleasure talking with you, and I hope that we have helped you out with some of your questions.
Absolutely. I thank you for taking my call and giving me the time and space to understand a little bit more of all the questions that I've had. So I'm very appreciative, and thank you so much for your time.
You are so very welcome. Have a wonderful evening and a fantastic new year.
Likewise. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that does it for us. Our first show of 2020 in the books. I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope you have a fantastic new year, and I look forward to many more shows in the future. Again, you can reach me over on my Facebook page, at Julie Yeager Walker Medium or Your Time to Shine, or my website at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
This is A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Persian medium Fiona is now on avidadvice.com. Psychic Mastermind.
Do you see children in our future?
Yes, of course. I see the building family almost 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
I'm wondering if there's any loved ones around.
I feel the energies are calling me about a man. He's tall. He was married before, but it was not a real marriage because it sounds to be the person cheating on him. No kids around, no brothers, no sisters. Your age or almost 3 years older.
I think I might know who this person is.
Okay.
I think I might know who he is, yeah.
Okay.
You may already know of Persian medium Fiona from her radio shows, her television shows, her groundbreaking detective work, and from just about every corner of the web. Only a site with the integrity and the purpose of avidadvice.com could land her. She's available now. avidadvice.com. Psychic Mastermind.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Is that a faucet running? That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest, cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader, tutor or mentor. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Okay, astronaut, you're up. You'll be meeting with Wish Kid Brandon.
Roger, Brandon.
His wish is to see a space shuttle launch.
All systems are go. We are clear for liftoff.
This year, more than 27,000 children will be diagnosed with a life-threatening medical condition.
And Cowboy?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be meeting with Shayla at a dude ranch in San Antonio.
Let's saddle up.
Some will miss school. Some will miss time with their family and friends.
Princess, are you here?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for rescuing me from that evil witch.
Juliana wishes for a princess-themed room makeover.
That sounds magical.
But with your help, the Make-A-Wish Foundation can lift their spirits and give them a special kind of hope.
Pirate!
Yar!
You're up for Isaac's wish.
Aye, aye, Captain.
The wishes of thousands of children are waiting to come true.
You can help make my wish happen. Visit wish.org today.
This is the sound of a flat-screen television hurled off a building. Now the new bike your kid wants. These are the things you could have, all cast into oblivion. Because when you throw away money on wasted electricity, you throw away everything you could have bought with it. Use Energy Star light bulbs and appliances, and you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And lead the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
A1R, psychic, metaphysical, and wellness radio. A breath of fresh air. This is A1R, a product of Positive Peak.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Angelic Connections with Carrie M. Bush. Live from Facebook.com/Carrie M. Bush.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page. Facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites.
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Angelic Connection
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey everyone, so welcome to Angelic Connections. I am your host for today, Carrie Bush, coming from the UK. I am a spiritual mentor, an angel card reader, and a published author. You can find me on Facebook at Carrie M. Bush, as well as Amazon at Carrie M. Bush. Lots of books that I've published on Amazon for children and journals to help adults. Some of the books that I've published for children help the child to connect with the archangels, the powerful archangels, and, you know, help them to know what messages they can give to them. I'm also a spiritual mentor, and I have a spiritual soul group on Facebook. It would be great if you come and joined us and checked us out. If you feel like need some guidance in a certain area, then we can help you with this. There's so much love and support. I'm there every day. I'm doing daily messages, helping you with the energy of the day, helping you to know what to expect. There's weekly lives, there's pendulum calls, yes, no questions answered, lots of oracle cards. There's so much going on there. So if you just feel like you need that little bit more support, then come along, find us on Facebook at the Spiritual Soul Group. So just before I came on live, I have pulled 3 cards from the messages from your guides pack. Now, if you can choose the number that you're guided to, 1, 2, or 3, you'll get a special message after at the end of this show. So just go with the number you're drawn with. You know, the first one that comes into your mind, number 1, number 2, or number 3, and that will be the right message for you from the angels. So that will be revealed, like I say, at the end of the show. So our weekly guidance this week from the angels is embracing the future from the Gateway Oracle cards. Embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. So I love this card for us. This is trusting our path a little bit more, allowing ourselves to be guided, going with the flow, going with our heart space at the moment. We need to all be stepping away from our head space. This is a really powerful message from the angels. Step away from your head space. The head space puts you in that place of fear, anxiety, worry, thinking too far ahead, over questioning everything, basically just kind of driving yourself mad. So this card asks you to go with your heart space more. Your heart space is so much more reliable. It's connecting with your intuition. It's following the guidance from the angels. It's trusting the path that you are going on. And my goodness, are you going on a powerful path? So we've got magical times ahead, everybody. We're in a really, really magical phase. It is a very powerful month. It is the month of miracles and the month of magic. We are in December's energy. It's very, very powerful indeed. On Thursday, we have got the 12-12 portal opening up. This is the energy gateway that really leads us forward in a big way. It really allows us to put closure on the past, on things that have kept us stuck, on challenges that have kept us stuck and blocked from moving forward. That 12-12 portal is going to put the closure there. It's going to end this decade with a bang. In 2020, we are starting a whole new decade. So literally everything that we are doing now is preparing our next 10 years ahead. That is how powerful it is. So the angel's message for you this week is just be mindful of your thoughts and your feelings and your actions. As I say, we are the creators right now. We are creating our life for the next 10 years, for the next decade, from 2020 to 2030. This is the space and the energy that we're in now. So it's very important that we are thinking and talking about what we want to bring in around our life and not the things that we don't want to bring in, because the things we don't want to bring in can easily manifest under this energy. So I feel it's, the strong message from the angels this week is just be mindful of your thoughts, be mindful of what you're talking about. Make sure that what you're talking about is what you want to bring in and you're not focusing on things that you don't want. This is all of us, a strong message for us all to be careful, not to be complaining, not to be moaning about things, not to be keeping our focus on the things that we want to change that we're not happy about. Instead, we need to come from the space where, we're talking about what we have as if we've already got it, as if we're already living it in our life. This is such an important message for us this week. So the 12-12 portal is on Thursday. It falls in with a full moon, the full moon in Gemini. So how powerful is this to have this 12-12 magical gateway opening on the same day as the full moon? The day after is the Friday the 13th. A lot of people are fearful of Friday the 13th, but there's no need to be. In actual fact, 13 as an angel number is a beautiful message. It's a strong message of change, of good luck, of good fortune. So, we need to celebrate Friday the 13th. It's a very powerful day. It's a very high connection day. So that comes in straight after the 12-12 and the full moon. And then after that, we go into the solstice, which is the 21st of December. And then we end the decade with a bang with the new moon and the new moon energy around us on the 26th, which is the Boxing Day. So how magical is this month already? You may be feeling the energy quite strongly. We have a lot of ascension energy around. The reason being that we are being prepared for 2020 in a big way. As I say, this is a whole new decade opening up for us. And this is our chance to connect to our authentic self, to own our power in a big way, to go into 2020 connected, to feeling guided and, with freedom. I want to say the word freedom. That's coming up for me a lot this week from the angels. We're all going to be given freedom. So the ascension symptoms and the light codes that we are having activated right now are shaking people up a little bit. If you've got some bad patterns that you're still coming from, they will be highlighting and showing up of the month of December. You may also be experiencing some physical symptoms such as headaches, nausea, feeling tired, all of that kind of thing, because the energy is so, so strong. So remember, what you are doing now is creating your whole future. Please be mindful of your thoughts, your actions, and, what you're putting out there to the world. So we're going to take a caller now. We've got Riri from West Sussex, I believe, on the line. Hello, Riri. Are you there?
I'm here. Hi, Kerry.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm really good, thank you. So how can I help you today, Riri?
So my question was really about my career. I really want to get into human resources, and I'm trying to take a few courses to see if I can actually get where I need to be. So I'm just wanting to see if there's anything in the cards for me, really.
Okay, let's pull your cards. I want to do the Gateway Oracle cards because I feel guided that these are the powerful ones to use. So I'm going to ask the angels for the cards for you, and we'll see what guidance comes up for you, Riri. So about your career. Okay, so you get 2 cards come up here. Your first one is starting fresh. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming in your life. And the angels are giving me a big, strong yes in my ear as I'm pulling this card. It is new beginnings for you. It is time to create the life that you desire. This is here for you, this career change. It really, really is. You also get the believing in the magic card, Riri. And this is the magic is abounding in your life. So I feel like you've been in a bit of a area in your life that's kept you a little bit stuck. Maybe a little bit of frustration there too. Would that be right?
Yeah, very right.
Okay, so this is changing, and this is the lovely thing. December is bringing the big change for you, the change that you've been praying for. I feel like the angels are saying to me that sometimes you've had a bit of frustration, like, hello, is anybody listening? I feel like you're putting out what you want. I feel like you're working well on manifesting, and I feel like there's been a bit of frustration because it hasn't showed up. But the angels are telling me that's because it's about divine timing. This year's been really important for you, Riri, to work on yourself. And that's why you haven't seen the changes just yet. But as you go into January, you're going to see lots of opportunities coming around this. I feel like it's about believing in yourself a bit more, about knowing that you can do it. So it's about letting go of the frustrations, because I feel like this year, you have been working on the manifesting. Would that be right?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so just know that your prayers have been heard and answered. What this is coming down to, Riri, is about divine timing. It's about making sure that right opportunity and the time for you to move into the career of your dreams is there at just the right time. Sometimes when things happen too early, when everything, behind the scenes isn't quite there, isn't quite set up, it won't go in our favour as much as we'd like it to be. So there's a very good reason that you've had to wait, but it's changing. From the end of December, they're giving me, into January, you are going to see an opportunity with this. I feel like it's going to come from the internet. So I don't know if you do a little bit of looking and searching around this area on the internet at all.
I do. I'm quite vigilant, actually.
Okay, there's going to be something just pop up out of nowhere. And you know what? They want me to pick up believing in magic card again. So this is about believing in yourself, Riri, and believing this opportunity is going to come. And all of a sudden, you're going to be going, oh, let's have another look, and something's going to jump out at you, and you're going to just feel so excited, so good about it. And then, you're going to be like, wow, you're going to go for it, and it's just all going to fall into place. And they're saying it's going to fall into place so easily, and that's because it's the right timing for you. Sometimes we try and control the timing. We all do it. We're human beings, aren't we? When we want to change, we try and make it happen. But this is all in your best interest that this hasn't happened up until now, because it's like the scene is being set, and you're going to have a lot of success around this, Riri. You really are. And you're going to meet some people who can really help you in a big way, connect to some bigger people. The angels are showing me you in kind of boardroom meetings, and later on, doing presentations yourself. You're going to be in a powerful position. You really are.
Oh, that's really good to hear, actually. I've been trying, and like you said, it's just not there. You do everything that you think is right, but it just still doesn't present itself.
Yeah, and sometimes the best thing that we can do is just take the focus off of it, get into the belief that it's going to happen. You're excited, that this dream job is coming your way, and then lose the focus of it. And you're just going to look at the internet, check it out one day, and you're going to be like, wow, there's a really lovely opportunity here. And go with that heart feeling, that excitement in your tummy. It's just going to connect to you, Riri, and you're just going to go for it, and you're going to be like, wow, I'm so glad I did, because the timing's there for you. 2020 is a really good year for you. You've got a lot of changes coming, and it starts off with this career, and then it kind of links into all different areas. You've got some changes coming in friendships, so there's definitely going to be some new people stepping into your life as a result from this job. So that's really lovely. It's just going to be touching lots of areas, and you've got more money coming in. So this job, I feel, is going to pay quite well, Riri.
That would be good. We always appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. That's always a good point, isn't it? So I feel like you're going to feel more connected. I feel like this is like where your soul wants to be, and when you're in that job, it's just going to help in all other areas. Just feel really connected and feel really happy. So I'm not saying the angels aren't giving me this has been a terrible year for you, but I just feel it's been a little bit hard work at times and a little bit of frustration creeping in, but that is ending for you. So this full moon on Thursday is going to be really powerful for you for releasing and letting go, because you are starting a whole new chapter.
That's really lovely. It's quite relieving.
Okay, did that help?
Yes, it definitely did.
Oh, lovely. Have you got anything else before I go?
Well, I also wanted to ask about a relationship, or kind of if there's anything for me in the future. I did kind of meet someone, but then it's kind of hot and cold. I've been alone for a while, so I kind of wondered if there was ever anyone out there.
I have got the romance cards here, so let's have a look. So we're going to ask for you for romance. Let's see what card comes out for you for romance. Okay, so you get the passion card. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. This is passion coming into your life. Again, 2020 is your year. It's the year for your changes. So you're ending this year by releasing a lot. So when I say releasing a lot, I feel like I want to say that there is a past relationship. The angels are showing me an ex that maybe hurt you, and there is some releasing work that needs to be done on this to move forward. But there is passion coming back into your life. There's love, and it's a committed relationship. It's lovely. It feels really strong. It feels really powerful, and it feels like somebody that you know have good connection with, that you can do things that you enjoy, same interests, that kind of thing. So you've got some lovely times coming up. But does that link in with you about releasing a past relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some healing and releasing needs to be done, which is the perfect time to be doing it now in December with that 12/12 portal coming up and the full moon. You know, this is the time for releasing. So let go with love of that past relationship. You know, do the forgiveness for yourself to release, you know, cut the cords and, you know, start afresh. You know, take the lessons only and leave the rest back in the past. You're not going to be hurt again. This is a nice relationship coming in. This is a committed relationship. So kind of just take the past relationship as lessons and just keep hold of the lessons and let go of everything else, because you don't want this getting in the way of this new love coming in. And I don't know why, but I'm just keep being given a museum. So I don't know if that's an interest of yours, but they're just showing me a museum over and over. So I don't know if that links into you, Riri.
Pardon me, what is it?
A museum. They just keep showing me a museum.
Oh.
I don't know if that's like an interest of yours or a passion you'll share together. You know, or maybe a meat place, I don't know, but they're showing me a museum, so I have to give you that.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. So get excited, let go of everything else it's not needed. You've got some lovely stuff coming, so believe, trust in that magic, and you're going to see it come in 2020 and early 2020.
Oh, it's looking like a good year, 2020.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It really, really is. So I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I'm feeling excited that I've had a bit of a run this year.
Yeah, so it's kind of like those challenges. Yeah, those challenges are lifted from your shoulders now. It's time for you to start the new cycle, the new chapter, and it's not like the past. So just let go of that relationship, and you'll be fine. You'll make the room for the new to enter. That's the kind of energy that you're under at the moment.
Perfect.
Okay, I hope that helped.
Yes, it definitely does.
Okay, you take care, Riri.
Yes, and you. Thank you so much, Kev.
You're so welcome. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so this is like the angels are just saying this is so important. We must all be believing in ourselves now. We must be, expecting the things that we want. The more we can get into this mindset, the quicker they're going to show up in our life. Emit the right frequency, match the frequency to what you want to manifest, and that is going to show up for us. Each and every one of us. There's no one missing out here. If we get the frequency matched, so that's focusing on the feeling of what we want. So if we're manifesting love, then we focus on the feeling of love as if it's already in our life. If we're manifesting money, then we focus on the feeling of feeling abundant as if we already have so much money available to us. If we can get on the right frequency and match that frequency, then we are going to see that come in, because we are in some powerful, powerful times now, everyone. So I want to do the cards, the reveal for everybody. So let me just have a drink of water because my throat's gone dry. Okay, so everybody who chose number 1, your message from the angels is worry is a wasted emotion. So I love this. And how important is that? How true is that message? How many times have we all worried about something to then 6 months later look back and think that was just so unnecessary? I drove myself mad. I wish I hadn't worried. It's all growth and it's all lessons, but it really is wasted energy. When you worry, you are attracting more to worry about in your life. It's as simple as that. The powerful law of attraction is always in motion, even if we don't realize it. So if we're putting worry energy in, we're going to have more to worry about. We're going to drive ourselves mad. We're going to take ourselves straight out of alignment. We're going to cause ourselves to have stress and to have fear, and we just don't need that energy around us. So let go of the worries. Give the worries to the angels. They're saying, give it to us. Take it off of your shoulders. That's such a powerful thing to do, and it's such a releasing thing to do. Just give the worry to the angels and focus on something that makes you happy. It could be a past memory. It could be your children. It could be a friend. It could be a lover, a partner. Focus on what makes you happy, and that will take you away from the worry energy. So what I do, I give it straight to the angels. I ask them to come in and help me. I ask them to lift the worry from my shoulders, and then I'll connect to a past memory that makes me happy, and I'll focus on that, and I get my vibration lifted, and I'm back connected again. So remember that worry is a wasted emotion. Focus your emotion. Your emotion is what keeps you on the right frequency, and your emotion is what manifests things into your life. So that's a good reminder. For everybody who chose number 2, for everybody guided to number 2, your message from the angels is patience is a virtue. Yes, it is. It can be frustrating. Of course it can. We want things to come straight away, but patience really is a virtue. Divine timing is everything. Sometimes we have to just trust in the bigger picture that we can't see. The angels have got our backs. The universe has our back. Everything is happening. Just because we can't see it physically doesn't mean it's not all coming together. So although patience can cause us to be frustrated, as soon as the frustration comes in, that's when we go to the over questioning. When's it coming? Why is it not coming? How's it going to come? And the minute we go to that energy and that space, we take ourselves straight out of alignment. And when we're out of alignment, we can't manifest. So then we're back in that vicious circle of going around and around and around. Good things come. It's written in the stars already. It's already yours. You've manifested it. You have to let it go. You have to surrender. And then you have to believe in divine timing. You have to know that you don't have to see all the evidence straight away, and that you don't have to know everything straight away. You have to believe that the angels, they're in charge. Let's leave it to them. They know what they're doing. They can see everything. They can see everything around us, everything that's to come. So we need to trust in divine timing. So if you have been feeling a little bit frustrated about a manifestation not showing up or being stuck in a situation, have the patience. Ask the angels, remember, ask the angels for what you want, and then just let it go. Just trust they've heard, they've answered. They will be sorting things out for you. So that's a powerful message for everyone who chose number 2. So for everybody who was guided to number 3, your message from the angels is like attracts like. So they're very similar messages actually for 1, 2s and 3s. So like attracts like. this is, you know, whatever you're thinking about and focusing on is what you're going to bring into your reality right now. That is going to be manifesting in your life, whether it's good or bad. The vibration you give out is like a magnet, and everything will be, you know, brought back into your reality. So you need to be mindful of that. You need to remember that. Remember those 3 words: like attracts like. Put out the frequency that you want. You know, put out the stuff that you want to manifest. Get attached, you know, get connected and attached to the feeling of what it is that you want to manifest, and let go of the other stuff that you don't want around you. It's like when we worry about bills and money, often we find ourselves in the place of, you know, more bills coming in through our door. And that is because the energy is manifesting that we're putting out. So like attracts like. It's really, really powerful words they are. So powerful messages for everybody this week. I hope that they connected to you. So I want to kind of leave you all with something. What can we do at the moment to help us move into 2020 in a powerful way? Owning our power, you know, living our dream life, manifesting our dreams and actually living them. The best things that you can do at the moment is stay in the present moment. Get yourself into alignment. Go with the flow. Surrender to the universe. You know, surrender it all. Let it go. They've heard what you want. Don't stay too focused on it, because then that's telling the universe, I don't actually trust it because I'm still questioning it. While we're talking about questioning, don't over question everything. You'll drive yourself mad. That's taking you out of the present moment where your power is. That's taking you too much into the future. And that will then cause you to question the hows and whens and whys and when's it going to happen. And that then, you know, will take you straight out of alignment. Get as much rest as possible. It's high energy. Listen to your bodies. You know, your body is your best friend. Your body is your guide. If you feel like, you know, you need that rest, then if possible, take a nap. A power nap at the moment is going to be the best thing that you can do. Eat well, look after yourself, and meditate regular. Ground your energy. You know, if the weather's okay, get outside, get your feet into the soil. If the weather's not great, maybe just go and touch a tree. The energy of a tree can really ground us instantly. Or a grounding meditation would be just as good. Love yourself. Believe in yourself. We have to have self-love. We really, really do. We have to, you know our own self-worth. We really do. That's really important. Divine timing. You know, divine timing is everything. It really, really is. Believe in divine timing. Trust your angels. This is my best advice at the moment. Oh, and the other one that the angels keep bringing up for me, drink as much water as possible under this energy. Filtered water. Drink. You know, it's strong energy. We are aligning to a whole different vibration. Light codes are being activated. So much is happening. That's why a lot of us are feeling off balance. So chakra work, water, that is going to really, really help you. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for, being here with me for this show tonight and, helping me link into you all and spread the light and love. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you for being here. You can find me on Facebook at Carrie Ann Bush, Instagram, Amazon at Carrie Ann Bush. I'm also on Twitter and my Spiritual Soul Group's on Facebook. It'd be wonderful if you'd come join us. I hope you all have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are in the world. And enjoy that full moon, enjoy this energy, try and connect to the magic as much as possible. Enjoy the 1212 gateway. Anytime you see 1212 at the moment, make a wish. Very, very powerful. Wishing you the best week. Love and light to you all. And I will be here the same time next Tuesday. Have a good one, everybody.
This is A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Persian Medium Fiona is now on avidadvice.com. Psychic Mastermind.
Do you see children in our future?
Yes, of course. I see the building family almost 3 or 4 months.
Wow. I'm wondering if there's any loved ones around.
I feel the energies are telling me about a man. He's tall. He was married before, but it was not a real marriage because it sounds to be that the person cheating on him. No kids around, no brothers, no sisters, your age or almost 3 years older.
I think I might know who this person is.
Okay.
I think I might know who he is, yeah.
Okay.
You may already know of Persia medium Fiona from her radio shows, her television shows, her groundbreaking detective work, and from just about every corner of the web. Only a site with the integrity and the purpose of avidadvice.com could land her. She's available now. avidadvice.com. Psychic Masterminds.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Did you know that birthday parties help build confidence in kids?
Yeah. Did you know that giving kids less sugar before bedtime helps them sleep better?
Oh, totally. Did you know that friendly kids have more friends?
Everybody knows that.
Hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
I didn't know that.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plotto and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey! The dreaded splash fight. It's Dad o'clock, and it's the best time of the day. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
A1R.
A1R. A1R.
A1R.
A1R. A1R.
A1R.
A1R. The Ask One Radio Network.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Amanda Hall Psychic with Amanda Hall. Live from AmandaHallPsychic.com.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Amanda Hall Psych on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome to Amanda Hall Psychic here on A1R Psychic Radio, here on Moonstruck TV. It's a magical time of the year as we head towards Christmas, but let's sort of get a few other things out of the road before we really kick the show off. It's been a tragic week around the world, particularly with the earthquake and the loss of life we've had in New Zealand at Mountain White, I think it was, in the last couple of days. And look, our hearts go out to those families that have lost people and people that are still missing and uncertain of what the future brings with that. We really do sympathise and empathise with those families, and probably even more so as we head towards Christmas. Here in Australia, for those of you that have been following our news here, we're into I think it's probably our 6th or 7th week of massive bushfires around the country. It is getting quite critical here now. You know, there's so many fires around Australia burning in a massive amount, over 100 fires at the last count, and doesn't seem to be any end in sight. So please spare a thought for those that are battling the bushfires, for those people that have lost their homes. Luckily, so far, we've only had a couple of losses of life. You know, any loss of life is too many. But, you know, our hearts and our prayers do go out for them. And it's interesting because lots of people that I've been speaking to during the week say to me, oh, I'm praying for rain, I'm praying for rain. But one of my Indigenous friends said to me the other day, I wish everybody'd stop praying for rain. And I sort of was a bit taken back by that. And he said, you know what happened last time everybody prayed for rain? He said, we had that much that we had floods and people drowned and lost property in the floods. He said, let's just let nature take its course. It will rain. You know, we don't know when, but it will rain. And, you know, we just want it to be normal, natural sort of weather events, not, you know, let's stop sort of creating things that aren't mad, you know, that are man-made, and sort of praying for things that maybe is going to bring a little bit too much and a little bit too much in the excesses. So let's move the show along to Christmas now, because I think it's a very magical time of the year, and it's a time of the year where I think we should all really understand the essence of Christmas. It's not always about the gifts that you receive or the things under the Christmas tree. I think it's more about being kind to each other and enjoying the time with people that we mightn't have had a lot of time to catch up with during the year. It's a magical time of the year in that way, that I think it's a time to be sort of positive, to be thankful, to look forward to what we've got coming up in our lives, and to just be grateful, I think, that we're alive and breathing and that we're all still relatively healthy. You know, as we get older, we all have a few more aches and pains and creaks, and the body doesn't cooperate quite the way it did when you're in your early 20s. But that's okay. We're still here, and we're still got something positive to contribute to this amazing planet of ours. So this week I want to feature the Secrets of Tarot card of the week, which is the Devil. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, Amanda, this is a really negative card to have coming out at this very positive, festive time of the year. It can be negative, but it can also be the opportunity to remove things from our lives that aren't so positive, like jealousy and trouble. Now, many of us have that throughout our lives, whether it's our professional lives, from our family and friends, or just people that we work with or are close to, quite often are jealous of our achievements. So this is the opportunity to remove that from our lives, jealousy or trouble, able to break the chains that have been holding